Just over 4.5 minutes left in the first quarter.
This Christmas card was sent to you by the people at Miller High Life. Merry Christmas.
First down, Giants at their own 39. 7-0. They lead. Cause for concern on the Cardinal bench as the defensive unit gathers round. 1st and 10. Joe Pisarcik gives back to Bobby Hammond, who cuts back inside. He lost one. Defensive end Yankowski wrapped around him first.
And of course, young Williams, the linebacker, made a good play. Reeves was also up there, so it's my guess right now that Wilsey and the Chuck Weber coaching staff has said, let's gamble a little bit on the line of scrimmage and shut off the run, make Pisarcik throw the football, and I would imagine that's what we're going to have to see this drive.
He lost 2 yards, did Hammond, on that first down carry. So we'll make it 2nd and 12. The line of scrimmage now to 37. Listen. Intended for Gary Shirk. Linebacker Eric Williams right with him. The tight end. Let's watch that play.
All right, it's a short turnout by the tight end. The young linebacker, boy, he reads it perfectly. As soon as he feels Shirk bend away from him, he was in the perfect position.
And now extra defensive backs, including ex-Eagle Bill Bradley, go into the secondary for the Cardinals. Bob Giblin is also there. 6 defensive backs, 4 down linemen to rush the passer. Pisarcik. Doug Coder is the lone back behind him. Draw play. Pisarcik. To Coder. And Coder gets out past the original line of scrimmage, but not nearly enough for a first down. Carl Allen, number 27, made the tackle. And Dave Jennings comes in.
Patrick, good move at the line of scrimmage. Outside rusher is Zook, a great outside rusher. Watch this. Zook has gone around behind it on the attempted pass, he thought. Pretty good call, but pretty good reaction by that secondary group, too.
Roger Worley is number 22. There's Brad Van Pelt.
No mustache.
No beard.
Maybe that's how he caught the flu, huh?
Dave Jennings hangs one in the direction of Pat Tilley, who drops it at the 21, picks it up at the 23, and stumbles to the 26. Larry Watkins, the first man down. So the Cardinals regain possession. 2 minutes, 58 seconds left to play in the first quarter. The Giants, as a result of an 80-yard drive, lead by a touchdown.
Radio Shack has a great space age gift for kids at a down-to-earth price. The original Space Patrol walkie-talkie. Just $14.95 a pair, and they really work. Crystal controlled and battery operated, just like Dad's portable CB. And they're built in Radio Shack's own electronics factory. So this Christmas, thrill your kids with the $14.95 a pair Space Patrol. Only at Radio Shack, a Tandy company.
Hey, great looking treads, Kathy.
Goodrich Radial TAs, Moosey.
What are you doing?
Checking the air pressure. My Goodrich dealer says it's a good idea.
What for?
Well, if you don't have the right air pressure, the tires won't last as long. Goodrich makes a great tire.
Hey, come to the game, Kathy. I could get you a ride on the Goodrich blimp.
Goodrich doesn't have a blimp, Moosey.
Does that mean you won't come to the game?
Tires you can trust. B.F. Goodrich. The other guys. Hi, I'm Reggie Jackson, and I'll be appearing with Ned Beatty and Olivia Cole on the return of the hit summer show Shiznick.
It's Shiznick, premiering Wednesday, December 7th after Good Times.
I don't know of a better football stadium in this country than Giant Stadium, and it's just about full today. Cardinal first down, line of scrimmage, their own 26. Jim Hart to throw. Outside it comes to Morris with blockers in front. Morris will have a first down and more, and Brad Van Pelt, who's supposed to be weakened from having the flu, jolts him out of bounds in good fashion. Number 10.
Great play by Jimmy Hart, the quarterback, and this was not when he was just trying to hit a safety valve. It was a slip screen. Take
Van
a look.
Pelt is asking for help after that hit. Watch it.
Watch Bob Young get out in front here now. Ball was not thrown perfectly, but who cares? Good blocking on the outside, and I like the way the St. Louis Cardinal offense attacks. Good tackle.
Van Pelt had to leave the game. After that tackle, Andy Selfridge has taken his place. Here's Morris, wrapped up by Mendenhall. Immediately, Gregory is number 81, congratulating Mendy.
He's had a great year.
Super.
And I noticed both guards and the center banks went back talking about it. He must have beaten somebody and then made the other fellow lose his assignment.
Sarchik on the sideline. That'll be an interesting matchup to watch throughout the afternoon. Mendenhall is playing in front of Dobler, of whom I'm sure you've heard. 2nd and 11. Like George Martin might have jumped. Metcalf breaks back to the inside. Terry Metcalf, a couple of jukes. Metcalf down inside the 40, almost to the Giant 35 before Bryant makes the tackle. The Giants, I believe, are offsides.
Thought the left tackle or somewhere along there might have just moved a little bit.
Like Martin might have jumped. Yes, it is against the Giants.
Metcalf thought he should have scored on this. Of course, he's always thinking of going coast to coast. There's Martin making the move. Dobler gets out in front. Look at Deerdorf. Now from a different viewpoint, watch it unfold, and you'll see Metcalf get there in a hurry. Morris is a very fine blocker. Dobler blocked extremely well on the outside. Now Rhodes plays this well to the right of your screen. If the cornerback had gotten sucked to the inside, Metcalf would have made the sidelines.
First down, Cardinals at the Giant 36. Jim Hart still the quarterback. Morris and Metcalf behind him. It's Metcalf again, and he skates to the outside, and again he's loose. Terry Metcalf finally just puts his head down and gets another first down. Powers and Steinke had to make the tackle. This telecast is presented by authority of the National Football League. It's intended for the private use of our audience. Any rebroadcast or other use of this telecast without the express written consent of the Giants and the National Football League is prohibited.
Patrick Metcalf looks like he's on skates. You feel like he's on urethane wheels. But he's got 600 yards rushing, and I don't think anybody is more explosive with just an average play than number 21.
He can turn nothing into something without much. A minute and 30 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Jackie Smith moves tight to the left. Metcalf, no, this is Morris, and he can run too. Maybe 4. Brian Kelly made the tackle.
We saw Morris have 185 yards rushing, if my stats are correct, against Minnesota. He was hurt. He only had 1 rush on Thanksgiving Day against Miami. But I'll tell you, this young man is going to play a lot of football. Notice how he tied up that ball with both hands just before Kelly made contact.
Second down, they gave him 3 yards. There's Terry Metcalf. Not too big, but awfully quick. Jackie Smith is number 81. Ike Harris is number 84. Straight ahead. Jack Gregory made the tackle on Wayne Morris.
A lot of formations that Coryell's team's throwing at the Giants right now. That's J.V. Kane right behind there in the knit cap there that's yawning.
The CBS Sports Spectacular. The WBC World Welterweight Championship battle between Palomino, that's Carlos, and Jose Palacios. The 1977 National Hot Rod Association World Championships and Professional Arm Wrestling Championships as well. Here's Metcalf on a 3rd down. And Metcalf has another Cardinal first down. He fumbles, but I think they said he was down. The Giants made the recovery. Bill Bryant made the recovery. Look at Dan Deerdorf, number 72 right there, playing with a broken jaw.
And you should see the block that Deerdorf got at the corner. The fans have a right to boo that one. They thought they saw the ball live. A big ground play, though, by Metcalf.
That's the end of the first quarter, with the Giants leading the Cardinals 7-0.
You get to be the superstar in renting car when you've got the kind of people who can get things ready, even before you get there. Hertz has more of them than anyone. People who know how to get their job done fast and who can put out that extra effort when things get busy.
Go, Hertz, go!
People who know the most important thing is getting each customer away fast into a reliable Ford or other fine car. Come to Hertz.
The superstar in rent-a-car.
You know it.
This is a great New York Life team. We play to win for our policy owners. Today we've got another opportunity. George here's got a wife, 2 kids, and a mother. He needs life insurance protection badly, and we've got to get it for him. We're going to block out money problems, protect him against financial disaster. Okay, let's go! Take the worry off his shoulders. Protect his family. You've made it, George. Financial security.
Where the name of the game is life, there's New York Life.
Patrick, here's that play. The people can be the judge, but it looks like Metcalf's right knee hits the ground before he fumbles the football. And the officials are excellent at doing this. Deerdorf's big block. Now watch it. You be the judge. We'll see if the right knee hits. It's close, but that's what football's all about.
It is close. Just inside the 10, nevertheless, the Cardinals have it first and goal. Giants lead 7-0. Morris and Metcalf. And here comes Jackie Smith again. Moving to the right side now. Jim Hart has thrown only one pass. Here's Morris breaking down to the 5. Running hard is Wayne Morris. Neither one of these two setbacks for the Cardinals are very big.
Morris about 2'4", but let's take a look at the up-front blocking by Deerdorf again. That's a Smith field goal for New England over Atlanta. And, of course, the Falcons can't afford to lose. Watch the right part of your screen now. Goldberg goes through. Look at Deerdorf. He's down 30 pounds from having to suck in all kinds of consomme soups and all, but he still probably weighs about 265.
Down 30 and still weighing in at 265. He had his jaw wired shut again today, wired more tightly. Hart on a broken play. Hart got back to the line of scrimmage. Somebody blew it. Metcalf looking over toward the bench like, hey, it's not my fault.
I guarantee you one thing, Jim Hart's going to find out. The last person you want to end up with a football is not a running quarterback like Jimmy Hart. I think he's getting it straight. It's an audible call, perhaps, that we did hear.
Talking about the Falcons not being able to lose. Neither can New England if they want to stay alive. Pittsburgh 7, Seattle nothing.
5-yard run by Terry Bradshaw. Now, he is a running quarterback.
It is 3rd and goal. Line of scrimmage back at about the 7 as Ike Harris comes in motion, and Hart's going to throw. Looking for somebody. For Harris, Cardinal touchdown. Ray Rhodes was closest to him, but Harris, who's about 6'5", was a little bit too tall and a little bit too quick.
All right, Jimmy Hart's 12th touchdown pass. He rolls away from any kind of a rush situation, and he has at least 3 receivers to look at. You can see 84 going through. Morris is back to block for him. Well, that's a good throw right on. The flow is to the right, and he's got time to pick him out. Harris is a tall target, too, and an excellent receiver.
He's got about 6 inches on Ray Rhodes, and Hart let him take advantage of it. Jim Bakken, with Roger Worley's hold, ties this game at Giant Stadium. It is the St. Louis Cardinals 7, the Giants 7.
Here's to good friends. Tonight is kind of special.
Hey, where you been? It wasn't easy getting tickets for this game. Hey, Bob. Teddy, I know exactly what I want. I want the biggest steak you've got and a bottle of Lowenbrown. Steak and Lowenbrown. Dolan, you're a genius.
When you want the taste of a truly great beer, tonight, let it be Lowenbrow.
Here's to the chef. Here's to the bartender.
Spidell, who's gone 4/5 of the way around your wrist for decades, now goes all the way.
Honey, this is the day. Today, I'm going all the way. I'm giving you one of those elegant new Spidell digital watches.
What a provider.
I'm in the 4th week of my 5-week plan to become president. And on the day I do, I'm going all the way. I'm buying myself a Spidell digital watch, and I won't have to push a button to see the time.
Spidell goes all the way with their new digital watches. Why don't you?
To get ahead these days, you got to keep on your toes. So I've got something to keep my competition flat-footed. Sunoco's penny pinching pump. It has 190, the gas that's made to sell below my regular, and 220, the gas that sells below my premium. So if your car runs on regular or premium, my pump could save you money on quality gas. Listen, if I don't want you to go right by me, I got to do right by you. Sunoco's penny pinching pump can fill up your tank for less. That's my way of being very friendly.
Cardinals 7, Giants 7. 13:39 left to play before the half. That's what the Cardinals did. They went 74 yards in 10 plays. Took them not quite so long as it took the Giants. Bakken hangs it short. Moorhead will field at the 13, number 80. Cuts up the middle. A flag is down as Moorhead has a good return out near the 35. Bill Bradley made the tackle.
Going to call clipping on Hill, I believe, number 52.
That looks like what the call is going to be. Referee Gordon McCarter will let us know in just a minute. Didn't have to tell you. Didn't have a chance, I should say, to tell you. The rest of the officials earlier. Paul Trapinski is the umpire. The head linesman is Jerry Seaman. Line judge Nathan Jones. Back judge Roy Douglas. And the field judge is Armin Terzian.
And I would say the Giant offensive team has a monumental problem right now. They've got to keep that ball like they did the first drive in the first quarter.
Personal foul, clipping, number 68 during the return. First down.
I apologize to Center Hill.
J.T. Turner was the man. On the Cardinal bench, the offensive team, Tom Banks.
That's Hannafin, the coach.
Dobler looking on. They had a little exchange last Thanksgiving Day. Dobler and the coach did. Here's Doug Coder again cutting back to the inside out near the 20-yard line. Ken Reeves had to come up and make the tackle, and those two safety men for the Cardinals have made a lot of tackles. John Zook got some help, but that's where they're going.
Zook goes outside. Watch the bottom of your screen. 63 is an outside rusher, and Gravella just takes him there. It does open it up if Archer can't get back to the inside. Remember, the flu has hit this Giant team, and we're not making that as an apology or an alibi, but it's tough to get it together when you feel like you want to die.
Larry Zonka and Willie Spencer, now the Giant running backs. 6-yard pickup. On that first down, it's 2nd and 4. Here's Spencer. Spencer might have a first down. Eric Williams, number 55, the linebacker, made the key hit that took Spencer down.
Spencer's got about 100 yards rushing. By way of the WFL and a couple of other clubs, I believe Minnesota had a look at him, but at that time he had the bad wheels for a while, didn't he? Ran pretty well on that one.
Cardinal defense, we've talked about the Giant team being decimated by flu. Cardinals have had some real problems in that secondary. They're on their 3rd left cornerback.
And young Nelson was playing extremely well for them when he broke his arm against Philadelphia a week ago. Or has that been 2 weeks ago? They've played quite often in the last few days, these Cardinals have.
3 games in 11 days they had. Don't forget Rhoda tonight here on CBS.
We go to her past life, don't we? And
home movies tonight. And they're always a treat when you're not featured.
Especially when Rhoda's featured.
Yeah. As a first down for the Giants. Line of scrimmage, their own 23. Joke to Sargent. Willie Spencer hit by John Zook in the backfield.
I wonder if John has a headset and heard us. You want to see Zook take the inside. Watch this. One of the great pass rushers in the league in the last few years. He takes the inside. Might have had a stunt on with the tackle. I'm telling you, there was no chance to cut him off. He dehorned the bull that time, didn't he? Watch to the right of your screen. Dawson's working over that way along with Davis.
That looked like a scene from Wild Kingdom. Second down, 10. Spencer just got back to the line of scrimmage. Pisarcik gonna throw. Looking down the middle, he has Gary Shirk and missed him. Marv Kellum on the coverage. He was open.
Well, I'm wondering why Shirk didn't go for the football.
Me too.
You can't throw it perfectly, especially a guy that's been sacked 31 times. Here's Joe going to ask him about it. You can lay out on that turf, you know. It's a nice bright day, and there's no ice or snow to worry about. And they just can't hit you right in the orchestra pit with every throw these days.
Tampa Bay nothing, the Chicago Bears nothing in the second quarter. No score in that contest. Bears have been down in Tampa all week, working out.
That can be a problem.
Willie Spencer and Doug Coder are now the two setbacks for the Giants. Sarchik's going to try a reverse, and he's got Coder into the secondary. Doug is near another first down, and with the extra shove, he got it. Carl Allen made the tackle, but Doug Coder got another Giant first down.
The compact guy from Kentucky has never been a breakaway type runner like Metcalf. His longest run so far has been 27 yards this year, but he takes the old bootleg, gets inside the cornerback, and I'll tell you one thing, he can hoof it for a first down, and he can catch the football too.
That last little effort, that last little lunge is what got the first down for him. Bobby Hammond and Larry Zunka now. We just had a good look at the Cardinal opposite group up on the sideline standing. Hammond is hit almost as soon as he got the ball by Charlie Davis, number 76. 7-7 score, 10.5 minutes left to play before the half.
Again, the Cardinals would like to force Joe Pisarcik to go upstairs.
Redskins, Bills, 0-0, second quarter. Emery Moorhead, Johnny Perkins rather, split wide to the left. Robinson to the right. Sarchik looking in that direction now and throws. Perkins got it. Another Giant first down on a turn in. Roger Worley, the man that they left along so long. And who's down? Looks like Roger Worley is down.
Oh boy, this is all that St. Louis defense needs is for their perennial all-pro cornerback to go down. Here comes Perkins making his 18th catch, and it's a good one.
Sir, it's about time you're here. Another late night, I presume? Well, let's get started. The first thing we have for your assignment is this micro-cassette tape recorder.
Genius. Did you design this, huh?
Well, no, actually. It's a Sony. Next is this radio with 32 worldwide bands, can tune in just about any place.
Extraordinary. Who gets the credit for this one?
This is a Sony, too. You'll also need this ultra-compact portable video camera, and we're going to mount this 5-inch color TV in your car, along with this Betamax deck for playback.
Remarkable. Are they,
Yes, they're Sony also.
Excuse me, sir, but did you just walk into a store and buy these?
Well, yes.
Well, keep up the good work, sir.
If it's a little extraordinary, chances are it's a Sony.
He goes to safety.
Roger Worley walked off under his own power. Here he is making the tackle on Perkins. Looks like some of his own pursuit may have hit him in the back and knocked the breath out, but he shall return. 22's all right.
There he is on the sideline, Roger Worley. His place has been taken by Bill Bradley, but Bradley goes to safety, and Jeff Severson moves to the corner. Throwing deep and overthrowing Johnny Perkins. And back with him was the guy who just took Worley's place on the corner, Jeff Severson.
Perkins tries an old jog and go. Now watch him go down and then sort of hold up a minute and then go on him. But Severson is a darn good competitor. Gets his one chug in, and there's no pattern.
But it's different on the corner from in the middle at safety man where he is used to it. Houston 7, Denver 0.
You just can't hide on the corner. There's nowhere to go.
Roger Worley now is back in the game, and Bradley is out. Here's Pisarcik now on 2nd down and 10 yards to go. Cardinals fake a blitz, and now they do blitz. Pisarcik throws behind Robinson. Like Robinson was trying to block, and there's a flag down.
Something happened among the linebacker action there, and I'm wondering if maybe the tight end really wasn't the receiver and didn't run the pattern over there. Illegal receiver downfield.
I believe he said number 79. Here's Mike Gibbons, the guy who's taken the place of John Hicks.
So Costa down, of course.
Ken Reeves, number 36 in the white uniform, talking with Gordon McCarter. And there's the walk-off.
Ineligible receiver, downfield, number 79, offense, 2nd down.
It'll be 2nd down now for the Giants. The ball back at their own 37 now. So 20 yards they need to pick up the 1st down. Score tied 7-7 with 9 minutes 20 seconds left to play before the half here at Giant Stadium. Pat Summerall with Tom Brookshire.
And this Cardinals will really be looking for the pass now. They like this situation.
3-man rush. They fake a blitz and then back off. Only 3. Fired down the middle, thrown behind Bobby Hammond. He is being covered by Bob Giblin. When they take out a linebacker, Giblin, who is a big defensive back, takes his place.
Pisarcik is now 2 of 7 for 21 yards. Look at this group. As we've said before, the Cardinal offensive line would be a great crew for a pirate ship. I like their style. They're big men, they're tough men, and they play it on the line of scrimmage the only way I know if you can play it.
Bob Young, of course, is in the world's strongest men competition. Which has been running on Sports Spectacular on CBS the last few weeks. Pisarcik pressured by Zook, spins away from it. Now he's going to run. Slips down at the 41, far short of a 1st down. And the Giants will have to punt.
It's the 20th time that Pisarcik has run the football so far this year, but he's been sacked 31 times, so perhaps it gives the punter a better chance to crank it up, and Jennings is a darn good kicker.
Fine punter. Seattle got a field goal from
John Leipold. He's still kicking field goals, and it was a 20-yarder today.
So that game is 7-3. Bill Bradley back for the Cardinals. End over ender. It's going to bounce away from Bradley. You heard Bill say don't touch it. Get away from it. Giants down it. I don't know what happened to number 50, who is...
That's Allerman.
Kurt Allerman.
50, huh?
He came barreling into the 2 Giants over the top. He is upset about something. 7-7 the score with 8:25 left before the half.
That's a good picture. That's a better picture. Even closer. Even better.
Polaroid's SX70 does, without attachments, what no other camera can do. Shoot from less than a foot away. In minutes, you have a color portrait, sharp and clear. Polaroid's SX70 Alpha 1.
America, you've been changing.
Coming, going, changing, growing. The things that make up life.
Why is Bank AmeriCard becoming Visa? To keep up with you.
You're traveling, you're moving, you're taking more from life.
Today you need money that's good around the corner, all across America, and in 117 countries around the world. That's why Bank AmeriCard is becoming Visa, the most widely recognized card in the world. Visa, we're keeping up with you.
Right this way for Circus of the Stars. Hurry, hurry, see Robert Conrad, Betty White, Linda Carter, and others Monday at 8, 7 Central and Mountain.
Here's the reason that Allerman got so heated after that last thing. Ellenbogen hits him in the back. And you know the Cardinals have a reputation for starting all of it, but some of it's reactionary.
That got a reaction. We're back live now. The 1st down for the Cardinals. They're at their own 16-yard line. Score tied 7-7. The pitch, the hand is back to Morris. Morris went over the top of George Martin and got maybe back to the line of scrimmage before Troy Archer and Brad Van Pelt made sure that he stayed down.
Good play by Martin, though. He went over the tight end, Jackie Smith, and did a pretty good job of stacking that whole thing up. I'll tell you, Van Pelt is playing extremely well, and he could barely make the introductions.
That's right. Looked like a struggle for him to run out to be introduced.
That's a Band-Aid over that cold ear hole, I guess.
Oh, that's in case they boo. 2nd and 10. Metcalf swings to the left. Jack Gregory around the neck. John Mendenhall underneath.
Best way to tackle number 21 was just the way Gregory did it. Roughly and about the shoulders where you might get the ball out. Joe Theismann hit Fugit with a touchdown pass of about 12 yards. The Redskins are still alive, aren't they?
If they win all three, things look pretty good for them, because one of those three that the Redskins have left are against the Cardinals, and that's next Saturday in St. Louis. A game you'll see here on CBS, and a game we'll be at. 3rd down situation now for the Cardinals, and Jim Hart will probably drop. Blitz, and he is down. Recovery is by Deerdorf. And the officials are saying it's an incomplete pass. Harry Carson, number 53, came flying in. And the officials are saying that his arm had started forward.
Whether or not it did, that's an important thing for the Giants, because number 17 has only been sacked 12 times, make it 13. And I mean, Carson came from where they weren't looking for him, the outside to the left.
Dwayne Carroll is the Cardinal punter. Bobby Hammond, Jim Steinke, and Jimmy Robinson back to the Giants, and they're going to try to block it. A high short kick, and Robinson goes up with the fair catch signal. At the 42, the Giants will take over in great shape. .6:45 left before the half. The score still tied 7-all.
America's best-selling new car in history, the new Ford Fairmont. What's behind Fairmont's success? Fairmont's mileage, highest EPA mileage rating of any mid-size car. Fairmont's roominess, more room for the money than any other car. Fairmont's price, lowest sticker price of any mid-size car. Test drive America's best-selling new car ever at your Ford dealer, where the better ideas keep coming.
Panasonic invites you to take a picture of a voice with a Panasonic cassette tape recorder.
Things was a lot different than it is now.
All with built-in mics. Some with built-in radios. There are pocket models.
Should last another 50 years.
And even some that record in stereo.
Say something. Come on, speak something.
So take a picture of a voice with Panasonic.
Say something, bark.
Giants have the football. The line of scrimmage is the Cardinal 42. It's 1st and 10 for them.
Good play to throw a pass on, but I wonder if Joe Pisarcik will do it.
I doubt it. Spencer and Zonka, the running backs. And it's Willie Spencer. Slung down by Roger Worley, but Spencer got about 7 good ones. He's a moose.
I like the call that Joe made on 1st down. Everybody pulls. Spencer, by the way, is hitting the hole extremely well. He's hitting it flat, clean open, too, and Worley just bulldogged him down.
New England, Atlanta score. The Patriots 6-0 over the Falcons.
And 2 field goals by Smith.
2nd down 4. A 6-yard pickup on 1st by Willie Spencer. And he'll get a carry again. Same play. Good yardage again. Roger Worley again had to make the tackle underneath that pile.
And the right side of the Cardinal defense. There's Spencer holding his knee. We said earlier that Willie's had some problems with it. Boy, he is holding it right beneath the patella, where if you've had a knee surgery job or injury before, it can reoccur very quickly.
Very tender spots, especially on artificial surface.
And it gets firm when it's a little bit cool. Let's watch it. Good block, by the way, on the right defensive tackle, and there it is. That knee went right down on the zero.
And Gibbons got a good block on John Zook to help break that play, too. First down yardage by Willie Spencer. But right now he's in agony with his right knee. He had knee problems before.
He used to have that 4.6 speed, too. That was the big thing for a guy that weighed 230 some odd pounds when he was in shape.
Number 27, Willie Spencer, the injured player. Now they help him up. The Giants have left the Cardinals, the rest of the day, the Eagles, and then they finish against Walter Payton and the Chicago Bears here. Cardinal schedule the rest of this one, the Redskins the next week, and then Tampa the last week. Willie Spencer being helped off.
That's good. He's putting some weight on that leg, too. He's going to be all right.
Elliott Gould and O.J. Simpson will host an hour of entertainment on the 1977 Heisman Trophy Award special. And among the many stars appearing will be Phyllis George, Reggie Jackson, Connie Stevens, Leslie Uggams for the presentation of college football's highest honor. That's Thursday here on CBS. December the 8th. Bobby Hammond and Larry Zonka now the running backs, and I suppose it'll be Earl Campbell that'll be getting that award on Thursday night. Pisarcik gives to Hammond, and Hammond can find no room. Mark Arneson is number 57. Charlie Davis, the other tackler for the Cardinals.
A couple of times during the year when we did New York Giant games, I thought Joe Pisarcik really cut it loose and threw it. Today he looks like he's a little tentative. He looks like he's waiting for deliberate moves and open receivers instead of throwing it to where they're going to be, and he may have to prove that point right now.
He's got his pass receiving set of backs in there now with him. Coder and Hammond. You saw the Denver-Houston score. The pitch back to Doug Coder, and he's got good blocking out in front again. Near a first down before he was knocked out of bounds by Ken Reeves.
I'll tell you, Gordon Gravel is doing a heck of a job getting out in front on that side. And John Zook and company are having trouble over there. The safety man's becoming more involved on every time they go. There's the onside block by Chandler, which was good. Gravel's out in front on Reeves, the safety man, and almost was there in time.
That's where they've been doing most of the work, is to the Giants' left. Gordon Gravel, the offensive tackle on that side. Third and short. It's Zonka. And it's Zonka for the first down inside the 20. Charlie Davis made the tackle.
Emphatically, it was Zonka. Good block by Van Horn.
It'll be a first down at the 19-yard line of the Cardinals. Gary Shirk and Joe Pisarcik still standing and looking, waiting from the play from the sideline from Johnny Perkins.
Larry Watkins came in the game, number 36. Oh, I'm sorry, number 86 came in the game.
That's Perkins. And now Pisarcik is confused about what John McVay would like to have called in this situation, and he's going to the sideline to check it out. A timeout, Giants. They'll have 2 left before the half, and that's 4 minutes and 11 seconds away. Don't forget to stay with us at half for scores around the league and highlights of the other action in the NFL today.
The Giants have done it by rushing the football, and in almost one particular area. The Cardinals haven't been the tightest team against the run, but the Giants have really done it with good, solid, basic football plays.
Going into this Sunday, 19 teams were still alive in the chance for the playoffs in the National Football League, including these 2. The Giants had a mathematical chance. The Cardinals, well, their position is that if they win all 3, they're in the playoffs.
They're a pretty loose bunch, but I didn't think they were as loose coming on the field today as they were a month ago when we saw them in Minnesota.
And they were awfully impressive that day when they beat up on the Vikings. 27-7 was the score. That's when Wayne Morris had that big day. They don't look nearly as sharp on defense as they did then. Of course, there have been a lot of injuries. Still got to play, however. 7-7 score here as Pisarcik now calls, fakes to Hammond, throws to the sideline, knocked down by Allen. Carl Allen, number 27, the cornerback. Pass intended for Jimmy Robinson. Allen thought he had a chance at an interception.
He's a rookie from Mississippi Southern, and the thing that's bad about playing on the same team with Roger Worley is that they won't go to number 22 side and they'll work on yours. And this young man is an extremely fine player and played that one beautifully.
Emery Moorhead has come in with the play from the sideline. Johnny Perkins is out. It'll be 2nd and 10. And now in a situation where Cardinals might can gamble a little bit on defense. Bobby Hammond cuts back to the inside, spins and breaks a couple of tackles, but Mike Dawson wraps him up after about 3.
Van Horn and Chandler took the big tackles and moved them off the line of scrimmage. They made more out of that play than really it should have.
Cardinals come in with their extra defensive backs now. Giblin and Bradley come in.
The Giants make a touchdown.
Linebacker Marv Kellum comes out. And Eric Williams comes out, number 55.
And Doug Coder comes in on offense, and he had 11 catches one day, I recall, and it might have been against this team.
It was. Just under 3.5 minutes left before the half. 3rd and 6 situation. Score tied at 7 apiece. Inside handoff to Bobby Hammond. He's got the first down. The trap play right up the middle. Stopped by Severson. The safety man had to make the tackle. Good call there. Through the hole and had nobody to block. He finally ran into Giblin, one of the defensive backs. There's a wide open hole and a fine call. It's 1st and goal at the 7 for the Giants. Score tied 7-7. Doug Coder stays on his feet. They blew the whistle at the 6. Jeff Severson and Eric Williams had to make the tackle. Did Coder ever go all the way down?
He got bounced around in there, and again the officials are trying to keep injuries from happening to backs that will not quit on it, but in this case they might have cost him. Patulski's in there now at right defensive end, perhaps better against the run than John Zook is. That side's taking a beating over there.
In fact, they've got them both in there to play against the run. They've got 5 down linemen. Patulski and Zook both playing now. A timeout, I believe, is going to be called by the Giants. This is the 2-minute warning, not a charged timeout.
This is combat in the field and in your home. New Telstar Combat, the video tank game with 2-fisted controls found in real tanks, so you can maneuver all over the battlefield, dodge mines, one mistake and regroup, aim, fire. The score mounts, the battle quickens, turn, fire. Telstar Combat gives you 4 different battle games. So hit your TV to a Telstar. Telstar Combat by Coleco.
Energy for a stronger America.
Last year, Exxon launched the world's tallest offshore oil platform. Today, off California's coast, it's opening America's really deep waters as a source of energy for the first time. From its deck over 900 feet above the ocean floor, drilling crews have begun work. And soon, 28 wells here will be producing oil and gas where none could be produced before. A new source of energy for a strong America.
2 minutes to go before the half. 7-7. Giants have it 2nd and goal at the St. Louis 6. Bobby Hammond, one of the running backs. Larry Zonka, the other. Fake to Zonka, looking for Hammond. Into the middle of a pack intended for Gary Shirk. Cardinals all over him. Jeff Severson and Marv Kellum. And so it'll be 3rd down.
Kellum really makes a good play, the middle linebacker. Joe Pisarcik might have been better off not to throw that ball. There was nobody open. The Cardinals were really programmed for it. The play pass fooled no one.
The Giants have had the ball 15 and a half minutes of this first half. The Cardinals just 8 minutes and 10 seconds. They've had it twice as much, the blue team has. Score is tied 7-7. Sarchek to Hammond. Hammond cuts back inside. Down to about the 2, maybe the 3, and we'll see Danilo now. John Zook chased the play down with Marv Kellum. From the end zone, there was a pretty good hold, you can see.
Watch 63. If Doug Van Horn had the football, he would have scored. That's a cliche, and of course, he did a good job on it. But actually, they got down close enough now where Danilo can take a shot. This doesn't bother kickers under pressurized situations like this, does it, Patrick?
Not if it's before the half.
And not if he makes it, right?
If it's at the end of the game, it might. Danilo hits it. Larry Mallory was the holder. It is 10-7. Giants over the Cardinals. And we have 1 minute and 15 seconds left to play before the half, and the Giants, after Joe Danilo hit that field goal, take the lead 10-7.
He's 10 of 17, though, Patrick. He has been pretty steady kicking the football.
Got a very strong leg. The Cardinals will send that dangerous group back to receive this next kickoff. Danilo went over for a word with John McVay, and I imagine that John said, do not kick it to number 21.
He'll kick something shabby on the ground that'll probably roll to about the 10 or 15 yard line, away from number 21.
Danilo relaying those instructions to the rest of the kickoff coverage team as to what McVay wishes, and now tees it up at the 35.
Danilo, you know, lives on the West Coast and works out in the surf and all. All you kickers have the good life.
Huh.
The best on any football team is the life of the kicker, unless he needs one that he has to make.
That's right. Oh, a line drive kick. Morris sees it soar over his head and out of the corner of the end zone. Jerry Latin was back there also, number 32. At halftime, Brent Phillips and Irv scores and highlights from around the league. And there'll be some highlights from this game as well. 10-7 the score. Cardinals have it with 1 minute and 15 seconds left to play before the half. The Redbirds have all 3 of their timeouts left.
They've got a quarterback that can run the good drill. Again, he's not a running, sprint-out type quarterback, but Jimmy Hart knows exactly where his receivers are, and he spreads it around a lot. Mel Gray has not caught a ball yet.
The Cardinals haven't had the ball very much as yet. Jackie Smith moves over to the left with Harris, and Mel Gray is split wide to the right. He has had some big days against the Giants. Outside it comes to Morris. Dobler out in front of him. Dobler wrestling around with Brian Kelly. George Martin over to make the tackle. 1 minute 6 left to play before the half now.
Again, Hart decided to go with sort of the slip screen, and Dobler was out in front of it.
Cardinals have taken a timeout now to talk it over. They have 2 left.
Remember that Mel Gray averages almost 22 yards a catch. And he'll put somebody on the secondary side in such a position that sometimes the only thing you can do is grab Mel Gray.
Again, let us run down what's going on the Sports Spectacular. The WBC World Welterweight Championship. Carlos Palomino against Jose Palacios of Mexico.
I hope Palacios can fight, because Palomino is incredible.
1977 National Hot Rod Association World Championships. That's also on the Sports Spectacular. The U.S. Professional Arm Wrestling Championships and the World's Strongest Man. Saturday, December the 17th on the Sports Spectacular. Like a quick snap, and Hart's trying to throw a screen. He's got it set up to his tight end, Jackie Smith. Jackie Smith struggling to get out of bounds. They say he did not. And they say keep the clock running. And it does. It's a Cardinal first down. Jackie Smith is down about 20 pounds from what he has played in previous years.
Yeah,
and he can still run.
He was one of the first tight ends that really showed people they could go deep. He's only had 3 catches for 21 yards, but J.V. Kane's injury has giving Jackie Smith a new shot at it. He can go on the other side of the great beyond one more time. This guy's already been there.
That is the Giants' Santa Claus.
He was working on Prestone before the game.
Yeah. They would like you to bring us 4 good offensive linemen, 2 good defensive backs. Timeouts remaining now, 1 for the Cardinals, 2 for the Giants. Score is Giants 10, St. Louis 7. 53 seconds left before the half.
The Giant defense is doing the job of covering up Mel Gray completely so that it's out of the thinking of the offense. And that might be the best way to play him. Just keep him off the board as much as you can.
He's number 85, headed to the left side now. Up at the top of your picture, behind the time remaining, is Mel Gray, the dangerous one. Now he backs off the line of scrimmage. Not very big, is it? 53 seconds hit him. Hart, Wayne Morris, Carson chasing him. Morris fumbles. I believe Deerdorf again pounced on the football. Number 72.
Boy, if that doesn't tell you something about the offensive line for the Cardinals, because Dolberg got the first shot at the recovery and Deerdorf made it, and they are right guard and right tackle. They're going to hurry with this play, so we'll hurry too. Everybody covered deep. I'm telling you, the Giants were 15 yards downfield. Here's Morris. Look at the good play. We're back to live.
Come back live, and Hart just throws it out of bounds and stops the clock with 25 seconds left to play before the half. Crowd boos. Seconds left. Ike Harris is number 84 now, coming back to the offensive huddle. Mel Gray is 85. 17, the veteran Jim Hart.
I'll tell you, the Giants are double covering Gray. One guy stands at 8 yards and gets a chug, and then they pick him up 15 yards down the field with a couple of others.
3rd and 3 with 25 seconds left to play before halftime. Giants 10, Cardinals 7. 3-man rush by the Giants. Protection is good. It's overthrown. Bounces off Morris, then bounces off Harris. And it'll be 4th down for the Cardinals.
It was close to 2 offensive men spiking the ball and catching it.
Offensive unit comes out. And Dwayne Carroll. And the punting unit for the Cardinals come in on 4th and 3. Bobby Hammond goes back deep. The deepest man for the Giants. He's back there with Robinson and Steinke. Dwayne Carroll, the punter. Good kick. It'll be Hammond at the 23, looking for someplace to go. Not going to find it. And now he does. Flag is down as again a clip is going to be called. Steve Jones made the tackle.
Boy, I'll tell you, I saw the clip about to happen, and both the blocker and the receiver of that knew it, and I thought the blocker pulled up and didn't make that much contact. Again, if it's a rule, it's a rule, and we're not trying to override the officials, but boy, I'll tell you, this is a tough call.
Seems like in every ball game we do, doggone near every kick return has got a clip called.
Illegal hands, number 86 on the receivers during the return. 1st down.
It was not clipping called, and he might have illegally used his hands to keep from clipping somebody from behind. That's a good call.
Maybe he did pull up short of a clip. Obviously, they think so. But in doing so, he used his hands. Clock shows 4 seconds left before the half. Sarchik just kneels. The Giants lead it by 3, 10-7. And that's the way the first half will end at Giant Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. At the half, the Giants 10, the Cardinals 7. With still a half of football to go on a bright, just delightful day to play.
And the Giant defense has been superb, especially against Jim Hart's passing. He's 5 for 8 for 44 yards, and only the one real drive that St. Louis had.
They have put a lot of pressure on him. They sacked him one time, and that's a rarity in itself. But that Cardinal offensive line does an outstanding job of protecting him as they head back to the locker room. Haven't heard much of Conrad Dobler so far in the first half.
I guarantee you the old Marine, Don Coryell, will go in there, and there'll be some chalkboards shaking on the walls.
Tom Banks, the offensive center, number 54, just walked by and hit it in. There, number 74 is a guy who's been a center of a mile type controversy here in the New York area, in that he hasn't been playing. He was a #1 draft choice a couple of years ago, and he says he doesn't know what's going on. He just knows that he's not playing. John Hicks.
I dare you to knock this off. I dare you to compare anybody's batteries, with alkaline power cells, and try to beat them for long life. You know what? You can't. When you want long-lasting energy, you can't buy a longer-lasting all-purpose power system than gold, red, and black alkaline power cells from Everready. The power cell that dares to compare. Come on. I dare you.
Will the insurance fix our chimney?
Sure, after we plow through the paperwork.
It's different with Allstate.
What's different?
We have the world's largest team of claims specialists.
Don't worry about a thing.
They settle most claims like this without estimates.
No problem.
Allstate specialists are interested in you, not paperwork.
I'll call the contractor today.
Oh.
That was easy.
When it takes being different to be better, Allstate will do it.
That's a promise from us, the Good Hands people.
Halftime activities continue at Giant Stadium. Right after the game, we'll go down to Largo, Florida for the mixed team championships. Let's now go for a report to Jack Whitaker.
The story all week here at this mixed team championship has been the team of Hollis Stacy and Jerry Pate, who began in the first round on Thursday in wind and rain with an incredible 61, 11 under par, and threatened to run away with the tournament. They almost did, except that a team of Curtis Strange and Nancy Lopez set out after them. But every time it looked as if they were going to catch them, Jerry Pate and Hollis Stacy would find some of the magic. It happened yesterday twice. You might remember here at 18 yesterday when it looked like the team of Hollis Stacy and Jerry Pate might lose another stroke. Here came the magic again, as provided by Hollis. And that beautiful putt gave them a 3-stroke lead going into the 4th round. But things have changed here today. For a moment, indeed, Lopez and Strange did catch Pate and Stacy, but as you see now, they have a 1-stroke lead. Then Strange and Lopez, and look who has moved into 3rd place. Arnold and Sandra Palmer, 12 under. They are 4 under today. Then the defending champions, Joanne Washam and Chichi Rodriguez, along with Tom Pertzer and Sandra Post and Wally Armstrong and Beth Stone at 11 under. We're going to have some competition here, so enjoy your football game and then come back and get a little Florida sun and the final moments of this very exciting mixed team championship.
Halftime at Giant Stadium. Pat Summerall with Tom Brookshire. The Giants 10. St. Louis Cardinals 7. Cardinal touchdown by Ike Harris. The Giants by Bobby Hammond. And a field goal by Joe Danello. That makes it like it is at the half.
The best-selling American-made small car versus Japan's bestsellers.
Hello, I'm Jackie Stewart at Indianapolis, where the best-selling Japanese cars competed head-to-head against the best-selling small car made in America, Ford Pinto. In 2 driving tests certified by the United States Auto Club, which car performed best? Let's find out. In the truck passing test, a 78 Ford Pinto moved out and passed, quicker than a Datsun B210. Passed quicker than Toyota Corolla. Passed quicker than Honda Civic. In the highway entrance test, which car accelerated to the highway speed first? Pinto. Faster than Datsun. Faster than Toyota. Faster than Honda. And 78 Pintos now have added features and are sticker priced lower than last year. Check out the complete line of Ford Pintos yourself at your local Ford dealers. Another better idea from Ford.
When you win games in the last minute, like the St. Louis Cardinals, you got to have heart.
That's why we're called the Cardiac Cards. Hello, I'm Dan Deerdorf, and I'd like to show you where I live and work. This fantastic gateway arch stands for the settlers and trappers who came through here on their way to explore America. Some of them stayed and passed on their pioneer spirit. That's why the arch stands for a new St. Louis, too. For our new stadium and a rebuilt downtown. For new riverboats on the Mississippi, new parks and fountains, and people enjoying their town. These people are United Way volunteers. They're neighbors, fans, and teammates working for the Boy Scouts, Salvation Army, and many other agencies funded by our local United Way. They're proud of the Cardinals, our city, and our United Way. I guess you could say they have the spirit of St. Louis. For all of them, we'd like to say, thanks to you. It works for all of us, the United Way.
Preceding announcement was brought to you as a public service by the National Football League. Halftime at Giants Stadium. Again, I'm Pat Summerall. This is Tom Brookshire. And for the Giants, it's been ball control throughout the first half.
Well, on that Monday night game when they were shut out 28-0 by St. Louis, Pisarcik was sacked 6 times, and the Giants have actually done it and maintained the ball control with their rushing game, something the St. Louis team is not particularly noted defending against, but the Giants have 138 yards rushing in the first half. And because of that, they've held that St. Louis offense to 21 offensive plays, and perhaps that's the only way you can keep Jim Hart's team from putting a lot of points on the boards to keep the darn football from.
I think you would agree with me, since we both did play at one time, believe it or not, that if you beat a team 28-0, as the Cardinals did the Giants the first time around, you can't help but take them just a little bit lightly, and also the Cardinals might be looking ahead to next Saturday in their big battle against the Redskins.
Well, they've made a big mistake, and I think that McVay's coaching staff has prepared the Giants for this game better than any time that I've done one of the football games for the New York Giants. Their defense has played extremely well on 3rd and long situations, on good passing situations for Jim Hart. They've played the screen pretty well. Harry Carson has been all over the field from the middle linebacking spot, and I think it's the Giant defense that sort of set the tone after the offense got that ball and kept it so long in the first period.
They've run something like 38 plays, the Giants have. The Cardinals have run just 21. You talk about the secondary of the Cardinals being decimated by injury, and that is true. As we mentioned during the broadcast, they're on their 3rd cornerback. But those things happen, and contending teams, good teams, rise above injuries and sickness and flu or whatever the case might be.
And that's what St. Louis will do. And I'm not, a voice of doom for New York football fans, but the Cardinals in the 4th period are the most explosive football team in football, in my opinion. And the Giants notably are very unproductive offensively in the 4th quarter. So if people want to stick around and see what happens, the Cardinals could put a lot of points on in a hurry.
If I were looking for one particular individual, I think in the second half, I look at the Cardinal number 85, because he's a guy, Mel Gray, who in years past has had just some fantastic days against the Giants and against a lot of other people too, for that
Well, the problem is the Giants will either have to double or triple cover him, and it may open up the rest of the St. Louis offense, and if that's Mel's role today, then he will accept that. But Mel Gray is the key offensively, because you either put enough people there to handle him, and there's nobody who can solo do the job on him.
I get the reaction from the crowd that perhaps the Giants have returned to the field, and as we turn around and look at what's going on, that's right. Cardinals are already back in front of their bench. Halftime statistics, we touched on some of them just a second ago.
Look at the offensive plays, and that is so important. And stats sometimes, you can rub them off the board and start a new half, but that ball control is it. And the St. Louis Cardinals, while they showed the bursts of the great speed they have in that one touchdown drive they haven't really been able to put it all together, because the darn Giants have kept the football to rush it for 138 yards. Doug Coder has 64 at half.
That time of possession down at the bottom is just, well, that's incredible.
And the fact that Pisarcik has only had to throw it 8 times and settle for 2 completions. Roger Worley in the near ground there as the Cardinals get ready to do war, and I just have a feeling that, as we said earlier, a lot of chalk was broken and some shoes thrown at halftime. It's an emotional game, Patrick.
It should be. It has to be. It can't be played any other way.
Especially if you have to win all 3 to make sure you get into the playoffs, and that's got to be some kind of a giant turkey at holiday time. If you don't make it, and you have a chance to.
If they don't win this one, the Cardinals, or the Giants, next week becomes very academic. Switch tomorrow at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time here on CBS, 9 Central and Mountain Time.
And switch goes to Monday night, by the way, which is probably what we should note.
So don't forget, they're switch and switch. So Monday night starting tomorrow at 10. Pete and Mac. Don't let them switch on you.
Mr. Dynamite, Terry Metcalf. He may go over 2,000 yards total yardage again this season. He's not far off.
Joe Danilo. And it'll be Metcalf at the 5. The Cardinals are down by 3 as Metcalf hurdles over a couple and finally gets knocked down by Dan Lloyd.
See what kind of a revision we've seen in the offensive plan for the Cardinals. Perhaps more man in motion. They've tried the screen a few times with success. They like to hold on to the ball right now, and I would imagine they'd like to turn Morris on, running on the ground a little bit.
All right, it'll be 1st and 10 on the first play from scrimmage of the 3rd quarter. For the Cardinals, the line of scrimmage is the 30, and Jackie Smith moves to the left. Harris moved back, a maneuver we saw throughout the first half. Hart, Gray, jumps away from 1, jumps away from 2. He is like a water bug. Boy, is he quick. George Martin came out to help make the tackle, along with Mendenhall.
5 touchdowns on 32 catches, but we've always said 21 yards a shot. There's 1 miss. There's 2, 3, 4, 5, and Martin from behind from the defensive line. You've got to get as many people as possible.
To contain a guy like that, best thing you can do one-on-one against him is get out of the picture.
Or get into some kind of a fight and get thrown out of the game.
First down, Cardinals, same formation. Morris, a little stutter step in the backfield. George Martin came over from his in position to make the tackle with Mendenhall, but Morris got about 4.
Boy, Mendenhall has really played football, huh?
He was quoted during the week as saying, "I'm ready to leave New York." Watch Dober, number 66 on Mendenhall.
Remember, Dober said this before. If he doesn't do anything illegal, the defensive lineman starts saying, "Don't try that stuff on me." And he says, "Sometimes I'm not doing anything."
No matter what he does. 2nd and 6. The hand back is to Metcalf, and he's in trouble. Gets out of it. Scoots outside, goes over the bench. Harry Carson got him out of bounds. Metcalf makes jumping over the bench exciting. Cincinnati 7, Kansas City 7.
Ike Harris is an excellent blocker, number 84. He's on the outside. Dober gets out in front. Deerdorf seals off. And what looks like a 4-yard loss by Martin, as Pat says, turns into an exciting run for the sidelines. Boy, he's quick. He was one of those great number 3 draft choices that a team makes occasionally, huh?
A lot of people, even on the Cardinals staff, didn't want to draft him. 3rd down, and Hart drops again. Picked off. This is Bill Bryant, and Bryant's going to score.
The 2nd touchdown on an intercepted pass for the Giants this year. Martin got one in game number 1. This is the 3rd interception for Bryant, who has really had his problems this year. And as we've said before, when you're a cornerback and you're not paranoid, you're some kind of a different kind of person, because everybody sees it.
Here it is, Jim Hart.
Watch across the top now. Hart doesn't want to throw it, but he decides to 2nd load it. Instead of Morris getting it, Bryant gets it.
And goes 54 yards for a Giant touchdown. It is now 17-7. Giants over the Cardinals. We have 13 minutes and exactly 13 seconds left to play with the 3rd quarter. 17-7 the score.
Wherever you may roam, you'll find our name is known. You can trust a Delco.
Thanks, Delco.
Delco Freedom Battery. When things are getting thick and you want to start real quick, you can trust a Delco.
Thanks, Delco.
Delco Freedom Battery. They've got the stuff when the starting's tough. You can trust a Delco.
Thanks, Delco.
Delco Freedom Battery. Delco Freedom.
Thanks, Delco.
Now let me tell you something. Now, beat dust to many a rodeo, and I build up some kind of a thirst. That's why I drink light beer from Miller. It has a third less calories than the regular beer, and it tastes real good. Light says giddy up to all that flavor, and woe to being filled up. And that ain't no book.
What?
Light beer from Miller. Everything you always wanted in a beer, and less.
Joe Danilo set to kick off. Terry Metcalf in the middle, flanked by Wayne Morris and Jerry Latin.
That was Hart's 14th interception, and a very uncharacteristic one for him.
Another strong kickoff by Danilo, and Metcalf does not come out with it. Keep in mind that he is kicking off from the 35, and that ball went a good 6 yards deep into the end zone. The Fiesta Bowl features Penn State with their record of 10-1 against Arizona State, their record of 9-2.
Each team may throw it about 50 times. They're both throwing wide open offensive ball clubs.
That's on Christmas Day here on CBS. At the 20, the Cardinals have it. Their offensive unit breaks. The Giants listening to this crowd at Giant Stadium and a chant of defense. Metcalf in motion. Haven't seen that. Metcalf down the sideline. The pass is to Jackie Smith, and he lost it. Incomplete. Bryant was on the bottom of the pile, and I think he thought he had another interception. They hit Jackie Smith.
It was Bryant that made the tackle and looked like he almost came out with it. Again, Hart has a lot of moxie to come back out with this, just rolling and throwing to the tight end, checking. Watch this tackle. Bryant making 2 big plays in a row. No, he trapped it.
Hit the ground. For the rug. Green Bay 7, Detroit nothing. First quarter. Understand it is really cold up in that part of the country. It's not warm here, especially not on the Cardinal side of the field. Jim Hart having trouble getting the offensive formation set, and now the Giants shift their defense. Second down, and Hart drops. Fires. Jackie Smith again can't hang on. Harry Carson on the coverage. Dan Lloyd helped out. It'll be 3rd and 10. The ball at the 20.
That time Hart really hummed it. The reason was that Martin made a big rush on Deerdorf and got the inside. And I think Hart just really fired it too quickly and too hard that time to hold.
Gave you that Green Bay Detroit score with the Packers ahead 7-0. Temperature in Green Bay is 10 degrees.
In July it's 10 degrees.
10 yards is what the Cardinals need for a first down. Line of scrimmage to 20. Crowd really alive at Giant Stadium now. And Hart again for the 3rd consecutive time drops. Blitz is on. Overthrown. Jackie Smith trying to get away from Clyde Powers and Larry Mallory. And he is hot.
Powers undressed him and got away with it, and that's what Jackie Smith is saying. But right now Hart's problem is the total offense, and right now it's not working.
Giant fans on their feet in tribute to the defense. Bobby Hammond, Jim Steinke deep. Dwayne Carroll is number 12 for the Cardinals. He'll do the punting. 12 minutes, 50 seconds left to play in the 3rd quarter. Line drive for Hammond. Fair catch at midfield. Giants will take it over. They lead by 10. The Cardinals were favored by 10, but right now it's the Giants 17, the Cardinals 7. 1st and 10 Giants at midfield.
These are tough Ford trucks, champs in pickup gas mileage again this year. Ford pickups are the V8 gas engine mileage champs and the 6-cylinder mileage champs. Ford has better EPA ratings than all these other conventional full-size pickups. And Courier has the best compact mileage rating of the 4 top-selling compact pickups. Top Ford pickups, the gas mileage champs, again this year.
You joined the KKK!
Daddy on his head. I didn't join nothing. I just
Archie gets himself in big trouble on All in the Family tonight at 9, 8 Central and Mountain.
Morris might be hurt. That is he right there. Wayne Morris, the running back. Looks like he was in a little bit of pain earlier. There is Doug Coder trying to go straight ahead. Does get into Cardinal territory. Tackled by Marv Kellum.
Coder with over 60 at half, and Hammond has 42. Pisarcik's offense is different.
Second quarter score. Defensive battle, Minnesota and the 49ers, 0-0.
Pressure right now is on that St. Louis defense. Let's watch the middle linebacker this play.
2-yard pickup on first down, make it 2nd and 8. Line of scrimmage, the Cardinal 48. Here's the reverse. Johnny Perkins, and he's got the speed, but a flag is down. Beg your pardon, this is Moorhead. He and Perkins have been shuttling back and forth. Arneson made the tackle. 2 flags, in fact, were down in the area of some blocking by Mike Gibbons.
Gibbons came around and looked like he had it sealed off. And Pisarcik's going to go and plead his case. Pretty good offensive play, however.
Yep. Pretty well coordinated. But it's going to be brought back.
Defense did something.
Holding, number 79, offense. Offside, number 53, defense. Penalties decline. Repeat the down.
Cardinal defense offsides. The Giants were holding. So they'll bring the whole thing back. Down remains the same. Situation the same. 2nd and 8.
Situation a lot better for the Giants, though, that they had the offsides penalty against St. Louis.
Just over 12 minutes left to play in the 3rd quarter. Giants 17, Cardinals 7. Pisarcik fakes. He's being chased now, trying to set up a screen, and he does. Bobby Hammond, the receiver. One heck of a play by Eric Williams, number 55, the linebacker.
Lineman downfield, Patrick, for the Giants. I believe Gibbons might have gone across the line of scrimmage. There may have been more than one.
Williams is upset about something. There might have been a face mask violation against him. So they might do the thing again.
If so, the Giants would benefit again.
Let's see. Gordon McCarter is the referee.
Ineligible downfield, number 79, offense. Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, 73, defense. Penalties nullify, repeat the down.
That's Big Mike Dawson, the interior lineman to the left of your screen, that gets called for the face mask. Here now you're recovering. You can see him recovering, getting back into the play. The linemen are already downfield. They were 4 or 5 yards on. Now wherever Dawson does his act is right in there.
He's out of the picture now, isn't he?
It's hard to get him out of the picture. He weighs 270.
It is. Anyway, the situation is still the same. Pisarcik to Coder. Cardinals have this one diagnosed pretty well, but Coder still gets about 5. Carl Allen, the cornerback on that side, made the tackle.
Little protest there by linebacker Arneson about being held by Willie Spencer. Flags are really flying right now.
We did the same play 3 times. Offsetting penalties twice in a row.
St. Louis really wants the football, though, you know.
They're down by 10. 3rd and 5 situation now. Willie Spencer and Doug Coder, the running backs. The inside handoff to Coder, who struggles and might have a first down. He got across the line, and I think he does have enough. Mark Arneson made the tackle. Eric Williams helped him. Now they move it back. They say his knee hit the ground back there, and it won't be enough for a first down, and the Giants will not go for it. It'll be Dave Jennings with his third punt of the day, and with that punt, Jennings now has tied a team record held by Tom Landry.
Jennings has been inside the 20 12 times, and as you mentioned, a very much used punter in this game.
That'll be his 72nd punt of the year. 80 seconds make that, and this is a fine one. Bradley back at the 6. Bradley skips away from a couple, gets outside the 10 to the 12. That was punt number 82 by Dave Jennings. That's the most in a season since 1952, when the Dallas coach Tom Landry was the Giant punter. A long time.
Smile, it's Christmas time. Well, here's something for you to smile about. You can save up to $10 on Kodak Instant Camera and Film. Save $5 when you buy any Kodak Instant Camera, and $5 when you buy 5 packs of Kodak Instant Print Film. Come on, no smile? And no matter how much you spend, no other instant camera gives you this. Bright, brilliant color by Kodak. So smile all the way to your photo dealer. Ask them about this limited time offer from Kodak. Ho, ho, ho.
What does it take to get a loan from your full-service banker so that you can open a small business like this? Let's ask 2 people who know, Bruce and Phyllis Doty.
We were turned down once, Ed.
But then our banker found we had experience, some collateral, and a good credit rating.
So you got the loan.
And now we've got 3 stores.
That's full-service banking, making good loans, creating jobs, helping people get started. No financial institution can help you and your community more than a full-service bank.
It'll be a first down Cardinals with 10 minutes, 22 seconds left to play third quarter. Giants lead 17-7. And Jim Otis has joined Terry Metcalf in the Cardinal backfield. Morris evidently was hurt a little bit earlier. The fake is to Otis. The throw is intended for Mel Gray. Knocked down by Stanky on a good play.
Safety man had the corner, and so Bryant played number 85 close inside. Boy, Stanky really gave himself up, but that's the only way you can play it. The fake inside Otis, who checks through, by the way. Don't forget that. And now the heave. Watch number 20 play the ball. Otis had 101 yards rushing against Philadelphia a week ago Sunday.
9-0. New England over Atlanta now. 3 field goals by John Smith. All the scoring. Pittsburgh 13-10 over Seattle. Steve Jones now in the backfield with Metcalf for the Cardinals. Metcalf, the ball carrier, around the outside. Bryant came up and made the hit. Brian Kelly helped out.
Here's a team that came in, the Cardinals, with 238 points scored. And this defense you're looking at right here has held them to that one explosive quick drive that the St. Louis team put on the board. They are doing some kind of a job. You wonder if it's going to blow up in your hands, so you've got to still be a little bit dangerous on defense.
Jim Hart's statistics not that impressive today. Third down, 5 at the 17. Hart drops straight back. Fired. Mel Gray cannot hang on to the bullet. He was open.
But Gregory came steaming through that pass protection that's been so good for St. Louis, and again Hart had to really rifle it. High and hard.
And Dwayne Carroll comes in. Jim Hart comes out. Carroll has punted 4 times. This will be number 5. Jimmy Robinson and Bobby Hammond, just 2 safety men back for the Giants. Today he's averaging 34 yards. More than that on the year. A line drive that should be returned. Hammond at the 46. Hammond cuts back inside, and Hammond has something going. Bobby Hammond to the 33. Stopped by Kurt Allerman. There's number 33. Watch that return set up.
He's averaging an amazing 11 yards a return on 28 before today. Now look at this. Again, we said he's not large, but he waits. He's a very intelligent runner, and I'll tell you one thing. He really has guts or courage.
They're the same thing. 1st and 10 Giants. Coder and Spencer, the running backs. 9 minutes, 15 seconds left to play third quarter. They have it at the Cardinal 33. It's Coder. Charlie Davis, the tackler for St. Louis. Washington is winning, and the Cardinals are losing. Coder is hurt. Coder had a strong first half. He had a bad ankle earlier in the year, and that's what looks like the problem would be here. See if we can pick up the injury.
Again, those shoes are super sensitive, and that is an excellent surface and spongier than most around the league, I'll tell you that. But if they hang you up, and you can see that Davis has the feet, and now Dawson comes over the top, and here comes the flying body, Severson in there.
Carl Allen too, and Kellum. And Coder is walking off without much of a limp, but nevertheless he is walking off and out. Wooly Spencer, I see, is still in the game at one of the running back spots, and let's see who the other one is. I imagine Hammond.
Patrick, it looks like maybe St. Louis is taking the inside a little bit on the line of scrimmage and is going to try to close off the inside running. So maybe they're going to have to go outside those tackles or even outside the ends to keep it going on the ground.
It is Zonka who's joined Spencer in the backfield, number 39. And it's Spencer that gets the carry, and Spencer barrels down inside the 25 to about the 21 behind fine blocking. Ken Reeves had to make the tackle.
Went right inside Jankowski, number 78. Watch the left center of your screen. The defensive end takes the block and then gets ridden outside.
Good block by number 62, Mikolajczyk.
Mikolajczyk was sick all week too, and maybe McVay should inoculate the entire team with flu because they're playing good.
He was not only sick, he had his knee drained on Friday and couldn't practice. 10-7 Cincinnati over Kansas City. What a tight race that is in the AFC Central. Pisarcik went down backwards. Zonka went down forwards with the ball.
Zook took the inside and did an excellent job on the line of scrimmage.
Don't forget that Elliott Gould and O.J. Simpson will host that Heisman Trophy Award special this Thursday, December the 8th at 10 p.m. Eastern Time, 9 Central.
That's an entertainment special, too. Phyllis George is going to be there, Reggie Jackson.
Right. And whoever the Heisman Trophy winner is.
Better be Earl Campbell.
Either Earl Campbell or Ken McAfee or Terry Miller or Doug Coder back in the game after leaving just a few seconds ago. Got a couple, but not much more. Joe Danello, the Giants kicker, kicking into the net across the field, trying to get warm. Marv Kellum made the tackle.
The Cardinals have had some trouble stopping the rush. There's Danello.
Now getting warm in front of that blower, adjusting his socks. All those exciting things.
And psyching himself a little bit.
Hammond and Coder on 3rd and 7 operate behind Pisarcik. Inside handoff, Hammond. Hammond breaks down inside the 10. John Zook tripped him up, but first down Giants. Watch it open up from the end zone.
All right, let's watch the guards and Chandler's going over. Again, the Cardinals were stunning, and a missed tackle by Davis right in the middle of the hole, and he knows.
Here it is.
Again, Van Horn went through looking for somebody to block it, and nobody there to show up and work on.
I can't figure the linebacker had his back turned to the play and was running away from Van Horn. Hammond again. This time, not much. Line of scrimmage is right at the 10-yard line. Yeah, it was 1st and goal before that tackle by Ron Jankowski, and they got nothing on that one.
It's hard to explain what a stunt is, I guess, but it just means that the tackles are even switching positions and coming across one another. And if you cut off one of those guys from getting to the crossroads, the other fellow has about 3 yards to worry about.
Plus, he's going in the wrong direction.
And being helped.
It's 2nd and 10. 5:21 left to play in the third quarter. And Doug Coder gets the call. And Coder got 3 or 4, and here comes the flag. Charlie Davis made the tackle, along with Mark Arneson.
I noticed Doug nodded his head, so I don't know, though. This might be holding on offense.
That's what Marv Kellum just indicated to the bench.
They threw it right onto Doug's back, but he was holding only onto the ball, and somebody else must have helped him get there.
The guy with the ball can hold, can't he?
Always did when I tried to tackle him.
That Cardinal defense has been under a lot of pressure today. They've spent a lot of time on the field. Here is the violation coming up.
Illegal use of hands, number 61, offense. 2nd down.
It's the offensive center.
Right in the center of your screen, 61 going over. Yeah, he was using them on the linebacker all the way out to the point of attack, so to speak.
He had grabbed number 59, Marv Kellum, and Joe Pisarcik now on 2nd down and 17. Gibbs on the draw play to Coder, who struggles to get a couple. Charlie Davis and John Zook wrapped it up. So it'll bring up a 3rd down. Danilo continues to try to stay warm over behind the Giant bench. Seattle has tied Pittsburgh 13 all. How about that?
Laypole again kicking a field goal, a 27-yarder. And boy, I'll tell you, Seattle is playing everybody pretty tough.
As you saw, Green Bay ahead of Detroit 10-0.
Chester Marco kicking a 29-yard field goal. The old foot is in play today, huh?
It is 10 degrees up in Wisconsin, where that game is being played. Pisarcik gives to Hammond. Hammond spins away from a couple. Another flag comes down. Mark Arneson had Hammond by the foot.
Boy, Arneson really played it super. Van Horn was trying to go through and actually trap the linebacker who had filled it. And Arneson ran right over the top of Van Horn and made the tackle.
And again, they walk it off against the Giants. Play comes in from the sideline with Emery Moorhead.
Violation of the 32nd count. Giants.
Took them too long.
Well, Joe Pisarcik hasn't had to throw much.
Atlanta on the scoreboard. New England got 3 field goals. How did Atlanta score?
Bartkowski hit Francis with a 15-yard TD pass.
9-7. The Falcons still in the playoff chase, too. 3rd and goal still as Pisarcik looks down and fires. Ball high in the air, deflected, broken up by Allen, intended for Robinson.
Robinson almost had offensive interference, but managed to break up the interception. Good defensive play by young Allen.
And Joe Danilo comes on. Larry Mallory will hold, number 34. With 4 minutes, 19 seconds left to play, Danilo will try to make it 20-7 in favor of the Giants. There's number 18.
2 for 6 from the 40 to the 49. He's inside of that, where he's 1 for 3.
This is 37 yards out. And this is plenty long.
Strong.
And plenty good. A shot from Danilo makes it Giants 20, Cardinals 7, and again he visits John McVay to find out what his wishes might be. 20-7. Giants lead.
Good. Now I can go to bed. Well, wait a minute. I want to give you a gift while we're alone. It's something just for you. A washer and dryer. Now, come on, will you be serious? Close your eyes. Merry Christmas.
Give her a diamond. It's forever.
Radio Shack has a great space-age gift for kids at a down-to-earth price. The original Space Patrol walkie-talkie. Just $14.95 a pair, and they really work. Crystal-controlled and battery-operated, just like Dad's portable CB. And they're built in Radio Shack's own electronics factory. So this Christmas, thrill your kids with the $14.95 a pair Space Patrol. Only at Radio Shack, a Tandy company.
Danilo will kick it off after just drilling a 37-yard field goal. Again, it's Metcalf in the middle, deep for the Cardinals. That was a giant drive, and again he drills another deep kick, and Metcalf goes 6-7 yards deep to the end zone. Kicked that ball 72 yards. Philadelphia 7, Dallas 7. Second quarter.
Jaworski hits Mike Hogan, the fullback, with a 51-yard touchdown pass.
San Francisco ahead of Minnesota 7-0. Strange things happening around NFL today. Vikings have been struggling of late. Dallas has been struggling. Cowboys have locked up a playoff spot, not the championship yet, but they'll be in the playoffs. They need to win one more game to be the NFC Eastern champions. On first down, Hart throws outside Metcalf. Got enough for a first down. Brian Kelly out with him. Still plenty of time in this contest. 3 minutes 58 seconds left, third quarter. Giants 20. St. Louis Cardinals 7.
Hart was looking for Ike Harris, number 84, who was covered, so he drops it quickly to this, not a safety valve. This guy can break any of them. Giant defense has been very good on containment.
Pursuit helps, and particularly when the guy involved is Metcalf. First down, line of scrimmage 32. Hart calls him and drops. Now he gives on a draw play to Metcalf, and Metcalf skips and trophy candidate Earl Campbell. That ought to decide who really is number one. It's on CBS. Giants in a blitz. Metcalf fires up over the line of scrimmage, breaks a couple. Flag is down back at the line of scrimmage, however. Jim Stanky made the tackle, but it's going to be brought back.
Offensive holding.
Metcalf drops the ball in disgust.
Patrick, the Giant defense that time had an awful time recognizing the formation by St. Louis. And the play went for a good gain. And the most fundamental of all procedures, blocking, turns out to be what cost them.
Here's the indication.
Illegal use of hands, number 66, offense.
Listen at the reaction from the crowd as number 66, Conrad Dobler, is named as the violator.
I don't know how he could hold anybody. It had to be illegal use of hands. It couldn't have been holding.
Steve Jones in the backfield with Metcalf. 2nd and 17. Jones bangs straight ahead. Jack Gregory and Harry Carson wrap him up. He got back close to the 7 yards. That would get him back to the original line of scrimmage, maybe a little bit more than that. We'll make it 3rd and 9.
Giant defense has managed to keep all their mistakes as slight as they have been in front of them.
Denver 17, Houston 7. Craig Morton has thrown 2 touchdown passes. Put the Broncos ahead of the Oilers. 3rd down 9. Gregory makes Hart come up in the pocket. Gray sees it goes through his hands. Bill Bryant on the coverage.
Again, big pressure by a Giant defensive lineman. It was Gregory that was wrapped around 17. I thought that ball was really catchable. Gray doesn't miss many like that. This ball goes right on through. Watch the left part of your screen. No, they cut him down late, and the ball is right there. Once in a while, Gray pulls the feet up a little early, and that sometimes moves the hands.
Stanky and Robinson deep as Dwayne Carroll will punt, and again it's a line driver. Bounces away. Robinson fields it. Jimmy Robinson tried to get around behind the wall and could not. So he'll be back inside the 20-yard, inside the 30-yard line, I beg your pardon. Tim Black made the tackle. In El Paso, we will have Stanford against LSU and their great running back Charles Alexander. Stanford, of course, has one of the outstanding quarterbacks in the country, Benjamin.
Each year.
Yeah, seems like it. That's December the 31st here on CBS from El Paso.
On the ground, eat up the clock. 1:46 left in round number 3.
Line of scrimmage, the 29. 1st and 10 Giants. Spencer, a couple. Charlie Davis, the tackle.
How do you force the action on defense? You come in with allowing 4.7 yards a rush. If you tighten it up too much and use your safety men, sooner or later you have to get burned in the air.
Zonka comes in with Spencer. Ed Marshall and Perkins both split wide to the left. Both those two can really run. Spencer gets the call, however, and again gets a couple. Over the left side where Mike Dawson and Ron Yankowski go underneath. Houston has scored.
Dante Pastorini to Kenny Burrow, a 29-yard touchdown pass, and the Oilers are still very much alive in that ball game.
And in the AFC Central race as well. In fact, all 4 teams are. Houston 6-5, Cleveland 6-5, Cincinnati 6-5, and Pittsburgh 7-4. Tied with Seattle at the moment.
Has it ever been this close in your recollection, everybody being in it?
Not that I can remember. And the Sarchuk has Shirk wide open. Shirk cuts back inside, still on his feet. He gets another block. Gary Shirk to the 10. Down at about the 3-yard line by Roger Worley.
Shirk is a little bit slow getting up, but that might be just breathing. That was a long way for the tight end to go. Now, Kenny Reeves is to the right of your screen, the tight safety man. He's up supporting this. And the wide open tight end is there. It's Reeves in the trail.
So that's the end of the 3rd quarter with the score. Giants 20, St. Louis 7. We now pause for a word from your local station.
Mel's pain in his back becomes a pain in the neck for Alice tonight at 9:30, 8:30 Central and Mountain on CBS.
A 63-yard pass play from Pisarcik to Gary Shirk gives it to the Giants. 1st and goal at the 3. They already lead 20-7. Zonka and Spencer, the 2 running backs for the Giants. Spencer, touchdown, Giants.
Straight ahead, and again the Cardinals gambled a little bit even on the goal line defense. They brought people over the top. You'll see them moving to the right of your screen as they're filling. If you don't fill the wrong hole that close, there's no time, no recovery time.
Willie Spencer, who hurt his knee earlier in the game, came back and scored that touchdown. John McVeigh looking on. His team leads 26-7, 27-7. Flags are down. Carl Allen, I believe, jumped off sides for the Cardinals. Here's the call.
Offside, number 27, defense.
Decline. That point is good. It's 27-7 in the 4th quarter.
America's best-selling new car in history, the new Ford Fairmont. What's behind Fairmont's success? Fairmont's mileage, highest EPA mileage rating of any midsize car. Fairmont's roominess, more room for the money than any other car. Fairmont's price, lowest sticker price of any midsize car. Test drive America's best-selling new car ever at your Ford dealer, where the better ideas keep coming.
Now at Sears, there's a color TV on sale you really have to touch to believe. Now save $80 on Sears Sensor Touch TV. Just $399.95 for a 19-inch picture, an electronic tuner with no moving parts to wear out, a solid-state chassis, and sensor touch. You've just seen the touch of a finger change channels instantly. But even when you see it, you have to touch it to believe it.
I believe.
Sensor touch, on sale now at Sears.
On January 2nd, CBS Sports proudly presents the Cotton Bowl with the #1 ranked undefeated Texas Longhorns taking on the Fighting Irish of Notre Dame. That's the Cotton Bowl, January 2nd.
27-7. Pat Summerall with Tom Brookshire at Giant Stadium. And the 27 belongs to the Giants. Allerman is number 50. Fumble. Cardinals will keep it.
John Zook.
A concerned Cardinal bench. They trail by 20 points with 14 minutes and 45 seconds left to play. Jim Hart has been the quarterback all day and will still be. Jackie Smith, the tight end, lined up tight to the left. Mel Gray to the outside. Metcalf and Otis, the running back. Jackie Smith goes in motion. Outside it comes to Metcalf. Metcalf slips down after about an 8-yard gain and after being pursued by Brad Van Pelt.
And Gregory deflected the ball and it still stayed on course. Excellent catch by number 21. Again, keep in mind, this is the big period for the St. Louis Cardinals. They win a lot of them in the fourth. Now watch this one skip and still stay on target. That's a tough catch to make when it's gone through something.
Just short of a first down for the Cardinals, about a foot it looks like, at the 39-yard line. Jackie Smith again moves. Hart, plenty of time this time, firing for Mel Gray. There goes the flag. It had to be. Bryant was the defender. Hart fired for Gray.
Now the age-old question is whether the defensive player has as much right to the ball as the offensive player. But if you trip or knock the receiver down, it has to be called on number 21 or the cornerback. He had good coverage too of a fellow that used to do it in 9-2. I'm talking about the 100. This is a straight streak. Now watch the hips meet. And even if it's not 21's fault.
Number 21, defense, first down.
That, I believe, was a very legitimate call.
It was a legitimate attempt by the defensive cornerback. It's just the way life has it.
That's the way it is. Bryant to intercept but a pass and went 54 yards with it. For the second Giant touchdown was called. It's 1st and 10 for the Cardinals now. At the 12-yard line, Hart fakes. Fires. Ike Harris out of bounds at the 8. Knocked out by Clyde Powers.
Giants, realizing the Cardinals are going to go to the air on probably 3 out of 4 plays, are now being handled on the line of scrimmage. They're going with a 3-man rush. And right now, St. Louis is doing a job. It looks like they're trying to get it together. Notice Deerdorf clapping his hands and talking to Dobler and Banks. That's where they live, right there.
The Falcons have moved ahead of New England. They are not out of the playoff picture at all. 10-9. A lot of noise at Giant Stadium. Hart gives on a draw play to Metcalf. Metcalf to about the 2. Brad Van Pelt, number 10, made the tackle. It might be enough for a Cardinal first down.
Watch Bob Young and company. Now watch 64 pull and go through the hole to the left side. A big hole. Might have been a little bit of grabbing there by an offensive lineman. He got away with it. Pretty good recovery to keep him out of the end zone that time.
Number 89 for the Cardinals is normally an offensive center, Tom Brahaney. But he's changed his jersey number to 89 now because J.V. Kane is out. San Francisco now 10-0 over the Vikings. Otis comes in motion. Metcalf swings around to the outside. A scramble in the end zone. The Giants have it.
Mendenhall, or Dan Lloyd, I believe, the linebacker, came up with it. Deerdorf had a chance at it, I think about a yard deep in the end zone, but Lloyd came up with it.
Let's look at that again. Brian Kelly
caused it. There's Gregory going for it. Here's Dobler's attempt at it, but the hands are so wrapped up, there's no feel to him.
And Lloyd got it. Metcalf was shaken up a little bit on that last play. A fumble at the 1 went into the end zone. Dobler had a crack. Couldn't hang on. And Dan Lloyd recovered for the Giants.
Was he on the ground? It was a legitimate fumble. It was alive, huh? It was close.
It was close. Willie Spencer and Larry Zonka, the running backs. 12 minutes, 18 seconds left to play, and it's Spencer. A collision almost saw Spencer retain his balance, but he went down. Tampa Bay nothing, Chicago nothing. Fourth quarter score.
Tell you, Spencer is really hitting the hole very quickly. He left earlier for just a few moments with sort of a bruised knee, but I'll tell you, he's popping that. He went outside the hole that time for that gain.
4-yard gain by Spencer. Make it 2nd and 6. At the 24, word from Tampa says that Walter Payton has only 50 yards. Is that right? In the game against Tampa.
But nobody's ever doubted Tampa's defense. They play.
Ron Jankowski made that last tackle. You look at that playoff picture and the things that are happening today. The Bears have lost 5 times. Their record 6-5. They're chasing Minnesota. The Vikings losing to San Francisco 10-0. So the Bears could move into a tie for the lead in the AFC Central if they could win. Washington 7, Buffalo nothing. And they got one eye on the scoreboard about this game. Zonka breaks a couple of tackles and gets a first down. Ken Reeves made the tackle, but Zonka got outside the 30. It's a Giant first down.
The big fella was limping going back to the huddle the last time, and now McVay's going with the 2 big backs in there. And I mean big. Zonka still goes 235, and Spencer probably 225. Flew it all.
He didn't even practice yesterday. He felt so badly.
I still think the big guy likes to be used as often as possible.
He has said so. First down, Giants. At their own 32, 27-7 the score. Spencer dropped the football. Cardinals are saying they got it. The Giants are saying we have it.
John Hicks went under the pile and tried to come up with it, and they can't unlock these guys. Now we may have to get a fire hose out.
Who got it? Giants got it.
Marv Kellum thought he had it, the middle linebacker, and I believe Hicks was given credit for it. How did he recover it?
Got on those boxing gloves. Look at it from the end zone. Spencer dropped it and kicked it, I think.
Yep. It hits the thigh and then goes off, and he kicks it with his foot, which is some kind of a penalty if it was detected. Hicks went right on top.
Oh, it's 2nd down. Handoff again to Spencer, and he's near first down.
St. Louis tempers right now are very short.
Pittsburgh has moved back in front of Seattle 16-13.
Jarella's 23-yard field goal in that one.
He's going to bring out the chain and measure and see if the first down yardage was picked up by Spencer.
9:37 left. And who would believe that the Giants would come in and rush the football well enough to control the tempo, really?
They have really kept the ball a lot. They had it over twice as much as the Cardinals did in the first half, and they've done it again. Terry Metcalf, a very dejected Terry Metcalf on the sideline. Cardinals were down at the 1-yard line when he fumbled into the end zone.
He gives you everything he's got, though. He shouldn't hang his head.
No, sir. First down, Giants, and now 9 minutes, 20 seconds left to play. Giant lead is 27-7 over the Cardinals. Zonka to the 45. Charles Davis and Mike Dawson.
Davis and Dawson, two big young linemen. Now here's Hicks working, going against Dawson. Good play by Davis. Those two big tackles have got to work together, and they've had their problems today staying close to one another.
Conrad Dobler looking on.
I'll take him on my football team, I'll tell you that.
They need 7. They give again to Zonka. Zonka has not fumbled this entire year. Charlie Davis again made the tackle.
30 yards on 8 carries for Big Zonk. Mark Arneson's down on the ground, the linebacker. That's Arneson, all right.
Atlanta, as you saw a minute ago, has gone ahead of New England. If they can hang on, their record would be 7-5. If Washington continues and beats Buffalo, their record would be 7-5. If San Francisco continues to beat Minnesota, the Viking record would be 7-5. If the Bears beat Tampa Bay, their record would be 7-5.
And how about the Giants? They whipped the Redskins twice this season.
If the Redskins had beaten the Giants both games, they'd be tied with Dallas for first place.
There's the big fella.
Larry Zonka, who, as we've been telling you, has been down with the flu almost this entire week. It's like the right ankle. Zonka down in weight a little bit. Next Saturday on CBS at 3 o'clock Eastern Time, Washington will be at St. Louis against these Cardinals. And the picture would be much clearer after that.
And of course, St. Louis they felt like they were embarrassed in Washington earlier. And they said the Redskins got to come to our ballpark. We'll get even.
There'll be a lot of teams with the same records if things stay as they are right now. Chicago now has gone ahead of Tampa Bay.
32-yard field goal by Bob Thomas, and that's in the 4th period. 11-11 left.
Giants call a timeout as Pisarcik's offensive unit not quite sure of what the play and the formation should be, so they check to the side. 27-7 in the 4th quarter.
Are you still chained to? Gotcha. The rechargeable Norelco rotary razor lets you walk away, free from nicks and cuts. Its 36 surgical steel rotary razor blades are safely protected inside 3 floating heads to give you a comfortable shave that's razor close, razor smooth, for up to 3 weeks on a single charge. The rechargeable Norelco rotary razor. It lets you walk away from gotcha.
Мне нравится ваша рубашка.
He admires your shirt.
It's a cotton-rich fabric called Natural Blend.
Да.
It's the Cotton Arrow by Arrow, 60% cotton, so it breathes.
Dushat, dushat.
It's got the extra comfort of extra cotton, plus durable press, no iron.
No iron. Natasha will do anything but iron my shirt.
If you're looking for comfort, look for the seal of cotton. The more cotton, the better you feel.
Giants have the football on 3rd down. At the 47. Just over 8 minutes left to play. 27-7 Giants lead. Pisarcik is going to throw. Down the middle for Robinson. Ball's on the ground. It's incomplete. And here comes Dave Jennings. Jeff Severson. Dallas now 14-7 over Philadelphia.
Roger Staubach to Drew Pearson for a 60-yard touchdown pass, and that's in the 2nd period just before halftime.
If Dallas wins that contest, they are the NFC Eastern champions. Cincinnati 17, Kansas City 7. Bill Bradley deep for St. Louis. Dave Jennings deep for the Giants. Off the side of the foot. Takes a giant bounce, however, but that's a performance you don't see many times. Jennings, a very poor kick.
The big problem is that it's a 3-touchdown margin. 27-7. That's a lot of offense that Jim Hart's got to come up with right away.
NFL doubleheader on CBS next week. These Giants will be at Philadelphia. Detroit against Baltimore. That's on Sunday. Green Bay's at Chicago, and Tampa Bay against New Orleans. And then Atlanta at Los Angeles. Minnesota at Oakland. All that on CBS next week. Hart got to throw on every down. Mel Gray knocked backwards, knocked down at about the 45 in Giant territory by Jim Steinke. Plenty enough for a first down.
And the Giants are going with that 3-man rush. Obviously, it's going to be easier to block it, but you've also got more people in the traffic lanes. And only great speed can stretch a prevent type defense, a 5-man secondary apart. And the Redbirds have that kind of speed.
That's what you have to do with those zones, is stretch them. And you got to be able to whip it off in about 9-4 or less. Steve Jones in the backfield with Metcalf. Giants might have been offside, but you still got to carry the play out. It's Jones. Cardinal first down at the 32. John Mendenhall was putting the pressure on. Brian Kelly made the tackle. I think Mendenhall might be the one who jumped offside.
The depth of these teams should be all in the favor of the St. Louis Cardinals, because people are being nicked and all, and it's a long season. Here it is.
Defense declined. First down.
They decline the penalty. It's a first down, Cardinals. Let's see, the Cardinals shut out the Giants 28-0 on a Monday night. So the Giants would have to beat them worse than that 28-0 in order to keep their playoff hopes alive. Conceivably, both teams could wind up 7-7. Hart down the middle, Jackie Smith. Inside the 20 to about the 19. Harry Carson made the tackle, along with Brian Kelly.
Giants came back that time with the 4 down linemen. Hart still getting the time. Doesn't look quite as cool as I've seen him in the past, though, but watch this pattern around him now. Straight drop back. Now he looks for his tight end, who is really naked. They're worried about those outside receivers, Harrison Gray, and Gray came across and tried to get a block for Jackie Smith.
Clock still running. 6 minutes, 20 seconds left to play. Giants 27, Cardinals 7. Pat Summerall with Tom Brookshire. Nobody's left the ballpark yet. Hart throws. Batted up in the air. Picked off by Brad Van Pelt. Van Pelt just ducks his head, comes back to the 25. And the Giants take it over.
The defensive linemen are told to keep their arms up as soon as they get penetration and get into the blocking pattern itself. Watch to the left part of your screen. Let's see who did it. There's Martin out of the way. It was Mendenhall on the line of scrimmage with the hands up.
Van Pelt on the interception.
We're the Van Arsdales, Tom and Dick. We're identical twins, and we drink identical beers. Light beer from Miller. We love it. The best thing about light beer is it's less filling. Great taste. Less filling. It's got 1/3 less calories than the regular beer. Great taste, Tom. Less filling. And I'm not Tom. You are. I'm dead. You think you are, but you never were.
Light beer from Miller. Everything you always wanted in a beer, and less.
Mr. Highbloom?
Huh?
Mr. Highbloom.
Yes?
Yeah, we understand that you're taking a trip with us tomorrow.
Trip?
Yeah, well, we want you to know that Avis is working right now.
Avis?
It's vacuuming your car, checking the oil, brakes, even the air in the spare tire.
Spare tire.
One of the ways Avis tries harder is working at night, so you're ready in the morning. Yeah. Oh, by the way, it's a Chrysler Cordoba, and it's blue. See you in the morning.
See you in the morning.
We try hard ways. In this field, no another way.
Just over 6 minutes left to play. Giants 27, Cardinals 7. First and 10 at the 20. Zonka, Spencer, the running backs, the big ones. And it's Zonka who gets the call, and Zonka breaks outside the 25. Eric Williams made the tackle.
I'll tell you, the Giant offensive team has done a great job, but you can't say enough about the Giant defense against really one of the best offenses in football. Now it's up to this offensive line and the two big backs to get the clock under 5 minutes. There's 5.5 left and a 27-7 lead. It's fantastic, huh?
It is. Cardinals were about a 10-point favorite. You saw Pisarcik put two fingers behind his back. One of the backs had forgotten the snap count, and there it is. And the big guy just barreled straight ahead. Mike Dawson makes the tackle, and this is the kind that Zonka likes. This is the kind of situation where he excels. First down.
Giant defense being able to relax a little bit for the first time and enjoy the sidelines and not worry about cat calls and all. It's a great feeling for this team.
Clock still running. 4 minutes, 50 seconds left to play. Look at this.
Rogan to Stan Morgan, a 32-yard touchdown pass.
And then back around on the reverse is Emory Moorhead. Arneson made the tackle.
Moorhead's first rush of the year. And while it was read perfectly by the St. Louis defense, it picks up 5 yards. I tell you, the people up front are doing a good job.
John Zook, number 63, came over to get part of it. 5 yard on the end around by Moorhead. Second down. The give is to Zonka. He doesn't get much this time. Eric Williams filled the hole quickly.
Big Mike Gibbons has gone to left tackle as Gravel must have received a nick. And Hicks is back at right guard. Van Horn, Chandler, Nikolajczyk.
Ed Marshall comes in, number 89. He and Shirt come right. Perkins is left. Third down. Again it's Zonka. Kellum felt the impact of that, and Zonka just sort of picked him off the ground with his knee.
He shot that arm out the way Zonka used to do it quite often. He made the last 2 yards with the right forearm.
And now the crowd is starting to file out just a bit. Here is a slow motion look at Zonka on that last play.
There's 230 pounds of pride, and that big fullback just kicked the linebacker out of the hole.
Fourth down, looks like they're going to go for it. Exactly 3 minutes left in the game. The mixed team championships from Largo, Florida, coming up right after the game. Fourth and about a foot. It is again Zonka, and I believe he got enough. Zook on the tackle.
Patrick, he just threw the body in that time. I believe he had both feet off the ground to get the first down.
He got it.
Full speed ahead out of Syracuse a long time ago. He did dive through there.
Zonka goes out. There he is being congratulated.
He's a workhorse. He likes it.
Fumbo. Giants got it back. That has to be Bill Dunkers warming on the sideline for the Cardinals.
I'm wondering what kind of a pitch battle we've got next Saturday afternoon, Washington, St. Louis.
Wow.
An 80-yard kickoff return by Dave Williams, and the 49ers are up 17-0.
The score here is the Giants 27, the St. Louis Cardinals 7. Exactly 2 minutes left to play.
Ford introduces Futura, a dramatic combination of styling and technology for 1978 and beyond. Futura, designed by computer modeling and aerodynamic testing. It can provide excellent fuel economy and room for 5 passengers as well. Futura, designed for 1978 and beyond. Realistically priced for today. See your Ford dealer for a personal test drive.
This fresh egg is going to help us sell this brand new Free Flex shoe from Freeman. Watch. You can do it with any new Freeman Free Flex. Let's use the same egg.
That's offensive center Tom Banks.
It's been a funny game for them to figure out. They can join us in that.
Yeah. Second down now with exactly 2 minutes left to play. 2nd and 9. Spencer and Zonka, the running backs. That's Spencer. He bowls over a couple of people. Carl Allen and Marv Kellum. And Eric Williams, number 55 on the bottom of the pile.
Last play might have been indicative of the game. The first person that Spencer ran into was Allen, the defensive back.
Those defensive backs have had to make an awful lot of tackles for the Cardinals today. Clock running with 1.5 minutes left to play. Giants 27. Cardinals 7. Spencer. Flag is down. And the clock will be stopped as once again Carl Allen had to make the tackle.
And I mean, Spencer really laid a shot on him too. The big back hit the defensive back when he knows the little man can't get away. That is a tough way to play.
Eric Williams pointing a finger at Gary Shirk. I don't know what good that's going to do at this point.
Now Pisarcek has done this offensive game plan, throwing only 11 times. He's hit 3 for 84 yards, and of course the tight end shot to Shirk was by far the biggest offensive aerial game he had.
That was a 63-yard completion to his tight end Gary Shirk, who did a heck of a job after he caught the ball.
Holding, number 61, offense, 3rd down.
So the 1 minute and 15 seconds left to play in this game. It is the Giants 27, the Cardinals 7. Doug Coder in the game now with Larry Zonka as Tom Brookshire has left the booth and headed for the sideline for a possible interview. Here's Coder, and again a flag goes down, and that'll stop the clock with 1 minute and 10 seconds left to play. Flag down on the play as Chandler helps up Coder. They'll mark off something else, it appears. Somebody fell out of the stands. Over on the other side of the field. Or at least it appears so, over behind the Giant bench. Right now the discussion goes on. That incident that you just saw is not behind the Giant bench. I beg your pardon. I couldn't see him. It's behind the Cardinal bench.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, number 87, offense. Declined, 4th down.
It'll be 4th down as the Redbirds decline the penalty. John McVay looking on in what doesn't look like a very happy fashion yet, but it should be. Bill Bradley deep for the Cardinals. Over on the Giant side to punt, there's Bradley, number 30. And Dave Jennings got off a very poor punt last time. Back in punt formation. Oh, he made up for it. Chasing Bradley back to the 12 where he fields it. The coverage looks like it's good. He gets back to about the 22 before Jim Petersack, who snapped the ball for the punt. Number 76 made the tackle. Dave Jennings, the Giant punter, who now is the all-time leader for most punts in 1 year, breaking the record which was held by Tom Landry. And it is Bill Dunkers, number 10, the quarterback for the Cardinals. They have 59 seconds left to play. Both teams do. It'll be short for the Giants. It'll be long for the Cardinals. Three-man rush on Dunkers. Mendenhall right in front of center Tom Banks. Dunkers throws underneath Ike Harris. He struggles up to about the 32-yard line where Harry Carson led the tacklers. 48 seconds, 47 now left to play. Cardinals have timeouts left. Zonka and Carl Chandler over on the Giant bench, shaking hands and congratulating each other. Steve Jones in the backfield. This is outside to Jerry Latin, the quick screen. Latin breaks a couple of tacklers and struggles to get out of bounds, and does. Stopped by Dan Lloyd. Just shy of midfield. Andy Selfridge gave him some help. Willie Spencer, one of the happy ones over on the Giant bench.
Great job.
Ellen Bogan with him. Number 65, just walking away there. Out goes Troy Archer. 24 seconds left to play. Latin did get out of bounds. 27-7. The Giants over the Cardinals. A 20-point lead. Cardinal record would drop to 7-5. The Redskins were winning the last time we heard, and they would improve to 7-5. Latin spins away and goes down. Clock shows 10 seconds. And now a timeout call with 11 seconds left to play as McVay looks up at the scoreboard. Sees his record improve to 5-7. Cardinals would be 7-5. Washington, if they win, would be 7-5. They were leading Buffalo when last we heard. Broadcast has been produced by Chuck Milton, as always, so well, and directed by Sandy Grossman in superb fashion as usual. Big round of applause. That's a fourth quarter score. Washington 7, Buffalo nothing. A touchdown pass from Joe Theismann to Gene Fugit, the only score of that game, and that sets up our match next Saturday as just about meaning which team would go to the playoffs, although the Redskins after that, the following week, on the following Saturday, will entertain the Los Angeles Rams, while the following Sunday the Cardinals would play at Tampa Bay. Here's Dunkers. Across the middle. Latin. Dragged down by Bill Bryant, and there she is. John McVay leaves the field victorious as his Giants have beat up on the Cardinals by 20 points. The score, the Giants 27, Cardinals 7.
We're going to show you why this 7 1/4 inch Black & Decker circular saw just might be the finest saw for the money in America.
It's not just the 1 1/3 horsepower motor or the wraparound steel shoe. It's because when it has to work really hard, it can work and work and work really hard.
When America has a job to do, it reaches for Black & Decker.
Hello, everybody.
everybody. This is Lowell Thomas, Alaska. A tough place to test car batteries, and that's why we took Motorcraft heavy-duty batteries to Alaska, testing them in 50 GM, Chrysler, and Ford cars and trucks. After 6 punishing months of Alaskan pipeline country, from cruel sub-zero winter to 90 degrees of summer, not one single battery failed. No matter what you drive, wherever you drive, ask for Motorcraft batteries from Ford. Tested tough in Alaska. So long.
Tom Brookshire has Coach John McVay and Joe Pisarcik, the quarterback, down on the field. So, Tom, talk with him.
All right, Pat. Sometimes it's hard to tell the difference between the quarterback and the coach on a good day like this. John, I'll go with you first. You were shut out 28-0 by this team, but your game plan today was incredible. You didn't want Joe to have to throw it too much, and on the line of scrimmage, you really took him apart.
He did a good job today. Joe had a great game last week, and I think he probably had a better one today, but you know, I think probably this is the first time we've really put it all together. Our defense, our offense, and our kicking game, all 3 phases this was our best. And you knew, of course, that you could run against this team, but you hadn't done that. You did do it successfully in the first game, but they got on the scoreboard too early for you. But your defense must have really supported you today, huh? They did. We gave up a lot of early stuff against them last time, but we were able to play well, I think, the whole ball game. All right, you've got Philadelphia and then Chicago. Are you still in this race? Are you still a possible wild card in your own mind? Sure we are. I think we are. No question. With things that are going on today, wait till you get inside and find out. There's some wild scores around the league. And John, is the team together right now? Is this the best that you've been playing? Was this the best game that since you were the coach here? This is the best game we've played since I've been here. No question. And St. Louis was dangerous. St. Louis is an awful good football team, as we know. All right, John, I'll talk to the quarterback. I know you want to get inside right away. Joe, you were very careful with not only throwing the football, but I knew you were sick all week. You hear that crowd, the New York crowd giving you this? Does that feel good?
It feels really great. Like John was saying, too, it's the first time I think we ever put it together offensively and defensively. You can look back and just say, you know, like we had 12 first downs in the first half. Our offensive line really played good. We had 140 yards rushing in the first half, which, you know, we try to control the ball, try to keep away from, you know, Jim Hart. He has a great offense, a great team behind him, and that's what we try to do. And then plus score some points in the process. I think that the tone was really set when the offensive line really blocked well. I had just one pass in the first drive. We took the ball downfield and scored, and that really, you know, just brought everybody on to, you know, to show them that we can do what we're going to do. Joe, were you a little too careful early when you did throw? I thought you were sort of throwing cork a little bit. Were you careful? Yeah. Well, you see, a lot of plays we call it. You know, we had a couple play action passes, Tom, and a lot of stuff was really covered. You know, so I just threw it away. I didn't want to force an interception or something like that to happen because, you know, St. Louis is really a good offensive team. I didn't want to give them any big breaks like what we got in the third quarter when Boone intercepted the pass, running back for a touchdown. That just set things off 17-7. We were just saying, let's go. Joe, we've always said, at least in the last few years, I think that the New York Football Giants have needed personalities, that they've needed identity. And I think that Joe Pisarcik, you suddenly have it, and these people stayed around to give you a cheer, and it's got to be one of the great days for you. Congratulations. Tom, thanks a lot. I appreciate it. All right, Joe. Joe doesn't feel that good because of the flu, but I think he does because of the game, Patrick.
All right, Tom, thank you very much. Good job again. Again, the final score, the Giants 27, the St. Louis Cardinals 7. So for Tom Brookshire and Pat Summerall, this is goodbye from Giant Stadium, and now we take you to CBS Sports Control.
All right, thank you very much, Pat and Tommy. What a wild Sunday this has been. How do you figure the St. Louis Cardinals? They dominate Dallas on a Monday night, then they give up 55 points to Miami, and then suddenly they're upset by the New York Giants. Let's quickly take you around the league. Here now, with time running out, about 4 minutes to go, Chicago leading Tampa Bay, but oh, did they have to work for this one. Peyton, well, he's up over 70 yards so far. The game you just watched, 27-7. The final, St. Louis going to fall into a second-place tie with the Washington Redskins. With a minute 14 to go in the Washington-Buffalo game, the Redskins have added a field goal, 10-0. No one in St. Louis will miss that game next Saturday. We'll be along at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. Washington and St. Louis tied with identical records of 7 and 5. New England and Atlanta, 16-10 is the final there. Atlanta was ahead 10-9, and then the Patriots rallied to pull it out. Here's an update on Walter Payton. He has just exploded. He is now up over 100 yards, 103 for the afternoon. Pittsburgh and Seattle were tied at 13. Then it was the Steelers who exploded. Now it is 30-13 as the Steelers drive toward the playoffs. Denver and Houston, tough game down in the Astrodome. Craig Morton threw 2 touchdown passes, 13 for the year, left with a strained shoulder. The Oilers rallied, so they put Morton back in, and look what's happened. the Broncos have scored, and it is 23-14. The Broncos are in command. Philadelphia and Dallas, they have just started the third quarter in that game. Dallas leading by 7. Tony Dorsett has scored his 10th touchdown of the season. Another big story developing in Bloomington. San Francisco returned the second half kickoff for a touchdown. This, if it holds up, would drop Minnesota to 7-5. Chicago would be tied for the lead with the Vikings. Cincinnati and Kansas City, 17-7. The Bengals are ahead. Kenny Anderson has thrown 2 more touchdown passes. He was held to 4 in his first 9 games. Now he's tossed 5 the last 2 weeks. Detroit and Green Bay, snowing and cold in Packerland. Green Bay loves it, though. They lead 10-0 in the third quarter. Lots of highlights and news coming up as the NFL Today continues on CBS in just a moment.
We dads buy these for our kids, but who cares? It's Lionel's fantastic power passers. Look, the cars change lanes with new push-button passing. Hit the button, car steers right. Hit it again, car steers left. And the new high-speed T means that they will never fly off the track, even at top speed.
Okay, your turn. Kid owns the track. You gotta humor him a little, yeah?
Lionel's power passers. Exciting new high-speed curves and lane-changing action.
Road Talker, a Sears 40-channel CB with the right features.
What's your 20, Catbird?
SWR and a 3-way meter, noise blanker, RF gain, squelch, fine-tuning, LED readout. And until December 10th, it's on sale at Sears for just $99.95. You save $50.
You're loud and clear, Catbird.
Save $50 on Road Talker, just $99.95 at Sears.
Road Talker.
Phyllis, with Walter Payton now over 100 yards, what was O.J. Simpson through 12 weeks? Is Payton ahead of him?
Well, yeah, he is ahead of him by 58 yards. He's got 1642 in yardage. And now O.J. in his last 2 games had 219 against New England and 200 against the Jets. Walter Payton is a Superman.
But I'll tell you, those 2 last Sundays are going to be tough to equal because I remember the juice coming down the stretch. Let's take a look at the Tampa Bay-Chicago game. Abe Gibran, now the defensive coach for McKay in Tampa Bay, did a great job. They dominated Chicago from the beginning of the game. Payton just couldn't get loose. 9 yards, his longest run in the first half. Watch Coatney and Selman get over on number 34. And Selman, the former All-American from Oklahoma, coming on Avellini. And Abe had him tied going into the 4th quarter. Now, this was the play that turned the game around. Here it is. Hedberg's pass is going to be intercepted by Gary Finsick, who played his college football at Yale. And that set it up. But it was the Selman brothers meeting at the pass and closing Payton off. Bob Thomas was 0 of 2, made it 1 of 3. It was 3-0. Then coming down the stretch, Avellini went to Greg Latta. Latta inside the 5-yard line. Walter Payton got in for the touchdown. It was 10-0. We've got a couple of minutes left in that game. Now the upset that you just watched. How about the Giants? They beat Washington twice this year. Now they upset the Cardinals, and then they don't play well against some teams that are not as good as Washington and St. Louis. But they served notice early, didn't they? Hammond on the first offensive series for the touchdown. Giants led it by 7. Jim Hart trying to rally the Cardinals went to Morris. Morris was unable to play because of an injury against the Miami Dolphins. They turned around the other end as the second quarter began, and Hart threw to Harris for the score. It was Jimmy's 12th touchdown pass of the year. This is the play that I think turned it totally around. It was 10-7, badly thrown pass. Bill Bryant intercepted, went all the way for the touchdown, 17-7 Giants. I wonder what Jimmy the Greek thinks about the Giants now, huh? Here's Pisarcik back. He's going to go to his tight end, Gary Shirk. Take a look at the problems that St. Louis has got in its secondary. Were they ever demonstrated on that play right there? 63 yards. Then Willie Spencer, as they turned around, pounding in for the touchdown. 27-7, an upset for the Giants. Irv?
Brett, the Washington Redskins, with 35 seconds remaining in the game in Buffalo, lead the Bills by a score of 10-0, so they'll wrap up another win this year. And Joe Theismann was the man at quarterback who did it for them. Theismann in the second quarter here goes to Mike Thomas, his tailback here on the sideline, and Thomas dances up the sideline for a 15-yard gain. Now in the second quarter again, this must have been later in the second quarter, Theismann rolls around here and finds Gene Fugit, his big tight end, and Fugit just runs over a couple of would-be tacklers, goes in, and led 7-0 at that point with about 31 seconds left to go in the game. They lead 10-0, so they'll wrap it up, Brent.
And of 1:59 left in Tampa Bay in that game, 30 seconds left in Buffalo. Washington and Chicago about to wrap up victories. Let's check in on Detroit and Green Bay. How'd you like to try one of those seats today, folks? And here is Whitehurst on the quarterback keeper. Goes for 19 yards to the Detroit 28-yard line. Whitehurst going to Steve Odom. This is an 18-yard gain down to the Detroit 6-yard line. And it was Harrell on the carry in for the touchdown. Chester Markle later added a field goal and an extra point, and it was 10-0. And Irv, what about Philadelphia and Dallas? The Eagles were playing them tough for a while.
They really are. You know, the Dallas Cowboys have beaten the Eagles 6 consecutive times, though, Brent, you know, and they lead right now. Of course, Dallas leads the Eagles in the third quarter by a score of 14-7, and Roger Staubach is putting on a show again. This time, the big guy goes to his tight end, Billy Joe Dupree, who takes the ball down to the 1-yard line, allowing the league's flashiest rookie, Tony Dorsett, going in from there. Touchdown, and Dallas led in the first quarter, 7-0. The Eagle defense has played well all year long, Brent, and here's a good example of it right here. Randy Logan, the strong safety, picks off a Staubach pass, intercepts it in the end zone, and brings the ball up around the 20-yard line, allowing Ron Jaworski and the Eagle offense to take over from there. And when he does, Jaworski goes to his running back, Mike Hogan, hits him for a nifty 49-yard pass and run for a touchdown, and the Eagles close the gap in the second quarter, 7-7. But Roger Staubach wasn't going to let things end right there. He goes to the air right away and hits Golden Richards, and Richards takes the ball down to the 15-yard line, setting up a scoring opportunity for Dallas, and Dallas takes advantage of it. Staubach to Drew Pearson, touchdown, and the Dallas led at halftime 14-7, and still holds up in the third quarter. Dallas 14 to Eagles 7.
And Washington has just beaten Buffalo. 10-0 is the final score. The NFL Today will continue on CBS in just a moment.
Time was when a man spent a good part of his time laying in firewood for the winter. Made firewood is an idea whose time has come again. And today, cutting firewood is a lot easier, thanks to Homelight, the chainsaw king. And now is a great time to buy your Homelight, because if you invest in this Homelight XL right now, you can save $30. And on other selected models, you get a free carry case. From Homelight, the chainsaw king.
Introducing the new Remington XLR, the electric shaver that shaved as close as a blade. And to prove it, we're doing something spectacular. We're giving away a blade to compare it with. We guarantee the Remington XLR will shave you as close as a blade or your money back. Now that's really spectacular. The Remington XLR shaves as close as a blade or your money back.
Phyllis, I think we've got a Davis Cup final, don't we?
We do, Brent. Earlier today in Sydney, John Alexander helped Australia regain the Davis Cup by winning a 4-hour, 5-set match against Italy's Adriano Panatta. The score of the fifth and final set was 11-9. That marks the first time Australia has possession of the Cup since 1973 and ties the record of 24 Davis Cup victories overall with the United States. So there it is.
Phyllis, we've got an update. The Philadelphia Eagles have just scored and kicked the extra point, so they are tied now at 14. They are in the third quarter down in Dallas. And again, Minnesota is losing to San Francisco. The score of that game now is 24-0 there in the third quarter. And coming up now on CBS, the Mixed Team Golf Championship. And don't forget next Saturday, Washington and St. Louis. We'll be along at 3 o'clock. Have a nice week, everyone. Irv Cross, Phyllis George, and Jimmy the Greek, who's got to find a brand new slide ruler before next week. I'm Brent Musburger. Have a nice day, everyone.
The NFL Today is sponsored by Ford and your Ford dealer, who invite you to see their better ideas for 78, including Fairmont, the Ford in your future. AC Delco, quality automotive parts for quality motoring. AC Delco. Cotton Incorporated, the fiber company of American cotton producers. And by Motorcraft, quality auto parts for all makes of cars. Motorcraft, tested tough in Alaska. The NFL Today is a presentation of CBS Sports. Join ringmasters Lucille Ball and Telly Savalas when showbiz celebrities perform Under the Big Top in the Circus of the Stars tomorrow night at 8, 7 Central and Mountain on CBS.